as you can. Ooh, and it's go live o'clock.
Yeah,
Woohoo!
actually.
Naturally, we went live on It's Go Live O'Clock, obviously.
Me.
Because I am psycho, and I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, I am fairly predictable, so.
Whee!
Hey.
And now for Bio to jog our memory as to what the ever-loving fuck
Yeah,
was
just
going
what
on.
Hold on, I had to make sure that that public, and public had joined my game.
And in public, and public were all in the correct characters.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're all
Yes.
here.
Public, and public have in fact joined the game.
Good old public, and public.
You're gonna put the public in the public with the what public?
All right.
Also with the public.
Previously, 3 weeks ago, the last time we played this game. Stream nearly late because Baldur's Gate trademark decided to scuff all its settings for no reason. Inu makes the unwise decision to try and say that Bio was factually incorrect about something in the recap, only to immediately be proven wrong after a quick glance at his spell list shows that it was in fact the Inu who was wrong. The session then begins with everyone being very confused about where the ambush is at when the huge room they left off on previously didn't end up leading to them getting attacked by anything, despite the game going out of its way to state it was going to happen. Everyone then wanders further into the apparently non-ambushed room while Sarge is busy getting murdered by a tiny baby animal, nothing new there, and end up running into a slightly manic-looking deep gnome named Philomene. Unsurprisingly, the slightly unhinged Philomene immediately throws a handful of fire up to her side and threatens to blow up herself and everyone else in the room with a nearby barrel of super gunpowder when she assumes that the group are part of that followers of the Absolute cult. Not really feeling like getting sarged at the moment, Inu decides to gaslight Philomene by reading her mind to try find something to say that would de-escalate the situation, only for this to end up making Philomene even more ready to blow the place up, which leads to a skill check requiring a minimum roll of 20 to not get everyone vaporized. As Sarge hadn't already pre-cast guidance during the conversation because he was too busy fist-fighting a baby to walk closer to the others, Inu's attempt to reach a 20-point total on his rolls unsurprisingly doesn't go great. After having to use several rerolls, Inu is able to successfully convince Philomene to not cast self-destruct on herself, and everyone else in the room for that matter, and gets her to leave so the group can help themselves to the barrel of super gunpowder. Inu then engages in another short bout of story time after discovering a few books nearby before beginning to sprint his way over to a chest he happened to pan the camera over not far away from the explodium room. Inu's loot goblining is momentarily cut short, however, when El nearly has a panic attack once the ochre slimes that were obviously on the ceiling finally drop down to attack everyone. El then begins to profusely apologize for setting the ogre slimes off until Natsu pipes in to say that he actually went out of his way to wake them up on purpose because he wanted more XPs.
Yeah.
With the slimes dealt with as quickly as you'd expect slimes to be, the group continues onwards until they run into a Dwergar spider trainer named Murmath, who's quick to boast about how easily his spiders were able to string up some drow he found skulking around the Dwergar camp. Inu then decides it'd be a fun idea to go talk to Murmath's pet spiders to see what they think of him, and finds them in the middle of a debate over whether Murmath is really treating them well or not, since he's mindful enough to not let them eat enough to be triple their current, already far too large size. Inu then decides to take a shot at convincing the spiders to unionize with a persuasion roll he had zero chance at failing until he ended up failing anyways, before kindly asking them to pretend that didn't happen and to just unionize anyway. The quartet of spiders then run off to formalize their new labor union as Inu then tries to lay the blame at Natsu's feet for the Goblin Keep spiders being left alive, which Bio refuses to stand for on the grounds that Natsu had no viable means of doom-guying through them all on his own without access to his favorite matter, immolator. With the pet spiders now let free to roam around, why is this a thing that keeps happening? The group continue onwards in search of more shit to steal until Sarge notices there's a giant floating eyeball following him around for some reason. Figuring that it probably wouldn't do the group much good to have a floating security camera watching everything they do, Sarge decides to do what is likely the most insensitive thing possible to it, given the company he keeps around him, and jabs the floating eye with his finger to make it go away. With Inu and Natsu now wincing in sympathetic pain over Sarge's unsuccessful attempt to make the scrying eye fuck off, the group jump off a nearby cliff after noticing a bunch of chests sitting at the bottom of it. Doesn't take long for them to all realize, however, that they aren't dealing with your average chests anymore, as they happily point out that they've finally run into some mimics for the first time. Karlak didn't quite seem to get the memo, however, and ends up running over to open one of them anyways, only to be met with the disturbing sight of half a dozen eyes opening on top of the chest before it and the other 2 chests near it all burst into their true mimic forms to initiate combat with the group. With Karlak having nearly gotten herself free-rinned, it's honestly not even surprising at this point that she was the one this happened to. Everyone else tries to make the best of a lopsided situation by attempting to push the mimics into a neat little bunch for Natsu to test his nuclear immolation orb on. The mimics turn out to not care much for this plan, however, and all successfully roll high enough to avoid getting force pushed, which causes Natsu to start sadly playing his lute in the corner. Not wanting to deal with having a Tristan on the team, Inu elects to use his turn to throw out a bigger force push on the mimic closest to him, which ends up successfully launching it, and incidentally also Sarge, straight into a heap next to the other 2 mimics, and incidentally also L. Seeing the battlefield having suddenly been transformed into a target-rich environment immediately snaps Natsu out of his despondent loot shredding as he turns around on a dime to whip a giant fucking fireball downrange at the freshly gathered gaggle of mimics. Because his friends be damned, he just got his giant fucking fireball, and he's sure as hell gonna use it. The giant fucking fireball, of course, explodes as well as one would expect upon making contact, and instantly deletes one mimic from existence while giving crippling 3rd-degree burns to the ones that were unfortunate enough to live through the blast, which, if you've been paying attention, also happens to include Ellen Sarge as well.
Yeah.
Natsu's elation over finally getting to blow something up quickly changes to confusion, however, when, for whatever reason, everything that was caught in the fiery blast also ended up taking thunder damage as well after the giant fucking fireball ended up setting off a thunder trap that was apparently there, which, as stated, caused the thunder trap to deal thunder damage to everyone nearby. Thunder. With the mimics now dead, and Sergeant L just mostly dead, the group loot their corpses for a pair of bard gloves that let Inu play the guitar better, and also increases AC by a number that doesn't fucking matter in the slightest, because the entire group knows by now that every fucking jobber enemy they fight is just gonna end up ignoring their AC numbers anyways, so who even cares at this point?
Yeah.
Guitar gloves now on hands, the group begin to turn their attention back to finding those enslaved deep gnomes they came here to find before they end up getting sidetracked yet again when they run into a couple of Dwargar talking about how sad deep gnome slaves are going to manage digging out that trap soul named Near, now that Philomene ran off with a barrel of super gunpowder. The 2 Dwargar then eventually pick up on the fact that Inu has been very unsubtly eavesdropping on their entire conversation, and after noticing that he's also a true soul, still have no idea what that means, one of them, an elder named Brithvar, decides to just demand the payment that Nier owed them from Inu instead. Seeing as Inu's, and by that I mean Natsu's, pockets of infinite wealth are his to use, he decides to respond to this threat by reading Brithvar's mind so he can gaslight him into thinking the true soul stench he smelled from Inu was actually coming from Nier because the guy has never bathed even once in his life. Deciding that Nier probably does just smell as bad as a dead skunk, Brithvar stops trying to shake Inu down for money to instead offer to give him money if he helps pull Nier out of the collapsed tunnel he's stuck in so that Brithvar and the group can murder the fuck out of him. Everyone, of course, immediately agrees that this is a reasonably fair deal because money and murder, and decide to Brithvar a solid by lending a hand, but not before Inu rather easily made it an even more unreasonably fair deal by demanding the group gets half of whatever they shake out of Nier's pockets. Understandably grumbly about said shakedown, Brithvar sets the group on their way to deal with the cave-in, but first instructs them to go stab the absolute fuck out of the scrying eye that's been floating around since the Cult of the Absolute have basically been using it as a camera drone, and not letting them see what they were planning to do to Nier was probably in everyone's best interest. After informing Brithvar that the group definitely doesn't know anything about a deep gnome named Philomene, and that they definitely aren't carrying around a keg of super gunpowder that Philomene definitely didn't hand off to them after she stole it, the group set out to search for that scrying eye, only to notice that it was actually staring over their shoulders the whole time they were talking about stabbing it. Good thing it's only a floating eyeball and not a floating ear. Since the group are practically experts at this point when it comes to getting rid of eyeballs, they're quick to lead the apparently rather stupid scrying eye down a nearby dark alley so Karlak could punch it hard enough to make it explode. With the floating eye now reduced to a mess of goo on Karlak's fist, the group make their way over to the Deep Gnome slaves, but actually this time, to see what they can do about the cave-in. Elle is then accosted by a swarm of cats after having alerted them to her location via the sound of opening a piece of string cheese. After finally making it to the location of the enslaved deep gnomes, Inu is quick to find himself getting shouted at to not distract said slaves from their digging by a Dwargar named Sergeant Thrin, who is also just walking around barefoot, which I just cannot imagine is a good idea with the metal floor being covered in rocks and suspended above molten lava. Thrin then begins to tell Inu to fuck off because she has no time for the group's shenanigans, only to stop dead in her tracks when Inu's brain slug informs her that he is in fact a true soul, which is enough to get Thrin to back down. Seeing as Thrin isn't likely to be alive for long anyways, Natsu opts to hand her the run-fast boots he got from Thola back in Shroomsville, which were deservedly stolen from Thrin in the first place, to score some brownie points and some extra cash. Once Thrin is finished having one of the enslaved deep gnomes put her shoes back on her feet for her, she fills the group in that they've actually been trying to evacuate their way into finding the entrance to an ancient temple. Excavate, not evacuate. Which leads to near a few deep gnomes getting caught in the landslide we've been hearing so much about. Thrin then comments on how Nier was the one who was supposed to be paying the Dwargar for their work on the dig, and that with him not being able to hand out any money due to being trapped, that there's a good chance the Dwargar workers, who aren't big on the absolute, still have no idea what that is, might begin rioting soon. With the current political climate in the Dwargar camp now being established, Inu volunteers the group's services in clearing out the cave-in, which Thrin kind of assumed they were going to do anyways because you true souls never abandon your own, which is obviously 100% correct, seeing as the group definitely wasn't hired by one of the non-believers she mentioned earlier to kill Nier and take all his money. That'd never happen. With Thrin's dialogue out of the way and the useless t-shirt she handed the group shoved into the selling pocket for later, Inu happens to notice that Barkus Root, the deep gnome they saved from being the first member of the Sword Coast space program a while back, was unsurprisingly captured again and is now being forced to help clear out the cave-in. This, of course, leads to Inu snarkily asking him how his quest to find his friend is progressing, which Barkus responds to with the rather obvious answer of, "Not great, duh." Once Barkus finishes explaining that his friend Wolbrin has apparently already been shipped off to a place called Moonrise Towers, while the rest of his people, now including Barkus, were kept here to work, Inu points out the obvious to him in that he could just ask the group for help again, and then points out the even more obvious in that the group can just murder the fuck out of all the Dwargar to accomplish that. With Barkus informed of the upcoming Dwargar massacre, so he won't try and stand in the splash zone, Inu attempts to speak with the other enslaved deep gnomes and ends up having to roll disadvantage on a perception check to listen in on their conversations because of his missing eye, which makes no goddamn sense. The Erotic 10 game doesn't understand how basic anatomy works. Once Inu somehow manages to rewrite his bodily functions so he can listen in on the secret conversation using his eyeball like the game asked him to, for whatever fucking reason, he soon overhears a couple of deep gnomes having a heated discussion regarding how Philomene ran off with the super gunpowder. The bulk of the conversation turns out to stem from whether or not they should tell the Dwargar where she went so they can retrieve the powder keg to blow up the rubble before the people behind it all suffocate, which Inu is thankfully able to point out isn't a moral quandary they need to worry themselves over due to the amount of weapons-grade explosives Sarge is carrying around. A quick trip back to Sarge's personal fireworks warehouse later, and the group is able to make short work of the rubble pile with the help of a few well-paced grenades. Now free from the hole he got himself stuck in, the true soul Nier is quick to demonstrate why literally everyone in the Dwargar camp hates his ass when he decides to blame all of his problems on a nearby deep gnome slave before proceeding to punt her into the nearby river of lava. Not feeling overly chill with seeing some dickweed tossing innocent slaves into an incinerator, Inu opts to do the typical bard fare of telling Nier that his face looks like a butt, which prompts Nier to kindly ask Thrin if she could do him a solid and carve out Inu's heart to feed it to one of the cave goats. Inu, of course, chooses to escalate even further with continued insults at Nier and his faith, not undeservedly, mind you, which almost causes Nier to throw hands before Britvar steps in to de-escalate the situation by escalating it even further when he pulls out a dinky-looking knife to demand Nier pay up the money he owes. Nier then responds to the tiny knife being waved in his face by doing a very poor job at hiding how intimidated he currently is, when he subsequently turns to Inu and starts quoting Palpatine at him in a very shaky voice to convince him to strike Brithvar down to prove his faith to the Absolute, which is kind of hard to do, seeing as no one's actually said what that even means yet, to my knowledge. Strike him down! Prove your face! Nah, I want to eat the worm in your head. Well, I don't want the worm in your head. I just don't like you. Yeah, fuck this guy. My friend doesn't like you either. The battle against Nier then begins with Natsu casting Turbo Haste on L for 10 turns, which definitely isn't going to end up being a problem based on how Karlak usually behaves without being drugged out of her mind on caffeine. This then immediately become a problem when Nier decides to use his turn to mind slave Brithvar into helping him, which causes the hopped up Karlak to break off her leash the second her turn begins, as she sprints over to, surprise, surprise, attempt to cleave her own ally in half, with zero hesitation, or even the slightest recognition of what she was doing. L, Y, green man green! He was being mind controlled, so he wasn't green when I attacked him, meaning he was an enemy I had to murder. Okay, so who was more likely to actually be the one under mind control there? The guy who was standing perfectly still doing nothing, or the giant flaming freight train that pivoted towards her own ally to lob their head off because they turned red for a second? Oh, look, more people showed up. Yeah, and these ones are green this time, Karlak! What? It's not like I hit everyone who's on our team.
I've avoided it so far. Well, I've avoided dying so far.
Okay, fine. I may actually do that sometimes. You guys are jerks. Missed everyone using their combat actions to make fun of Karlak for her penchant to murder her own teammates. One of the enemy Dwergar who showed up to help Nier uses the opportunity to Hulk out and rather unceremoniously punt Brithvar into the nearby lava river. Well, that dickbag just shoved one of our guys into the lava. Wait, was that Brithvar he did that to? Shit, hopefully that doesn't fuck things up for us. Nah, it's fine. He's still alive, see? Horrified screams of agony suddenly cease. Okay, now he's dead. Inu then decides turnabout is fair play and attempts to lava dunk the hulked out Dwergar in retaliation, only for his plan to end up failing, which causes Inu to storm off and begin angrily playing his lute in a very menacing fashion at some random guy who happened to be sitting at a table on the upper floor of the arena trying to eat his lunch. Sorry, I got distracted by like a dust mote that came through my vision. At least I think it was a dust mote and not a very tiny bug or spider. Natsu then attempts to see if he could lava dunk on the hulked out Dwergar, only for him to make everyone do a double take when he casually says, I don't think I'll be able to get close enough to Corsair Greymon with all the grease here. Because everyone else refused to believe that Digimon as bullshit was the guy's actual name, while everyone else is then busy being stun-locked by the flashbang of words that just fell out of Natsu's mouth. He suddenly cuts through the silence with a triumphant cry of, "Aha! I can reach him after all!" Before Neo War Greymon is spontaneously sent ragdolling across Inu's screen to land next to whatever was left of Brithvar in the lava river. Seeing this display of one of his goons getting used as a soccer ball is definitely enough to leave Nier utterly flabbergasted over the magnitude of dumb he's seen the group do so far, which L sees as being as good an opportunity as any to stab the bastard until he dies. With the only remaining enemy now being the guy Inu is tormenting, who just wants to eat his lunch, Elle decides to use her ludicrous movement range to finish him off after a quick sprint and a short climb up a nearby ladder. Unfortunately for Elle, however, Karlak decides to take a few liberties with the simple instructions of run up and stab man-eating sandwich, when she decides she's finally had enough of her team having spent the entire combat bullying her over her bad eyesight, and instead opts to use her caffeine-fueled movement range to sprint several miles away in a single turn, after having specifically made sure to spitefully run in circles around the man she was told to stab in the first place.
That sure was a thing that happened.
Once Karlak has finally calmed down from her episode, some random Dwargar named Kurgath walks up to Natsu out of nowhere to talk about how much of a shame it is that Prithvar got Terminator 2'd, and then chucks Natsu the group's share of money that was in Nir's pockets as promised. Kurgath then tells the rest of the Dwargar that it's time to fuck off before more Absolute show up from Moonrise Towers, and is surprisingly convinced very easily to just free all the slaves and leave them to their own devices. I honestly would not have expected abolishing slavery to be that simple. When the enslaved deep gnomes now freed, everyone's characters show where their priorities really lay when they once again start to take turns saying, "I love eating brain slugs, yum," to remind the group to actually check Nir's corpse. Natsu then finds one of those moon lantern pixie lamps the group heard about a while ago, and quickly grows frustrated when he sees his character has a -1 intelligence modifier on their Arcana checks because of the self-inflicted brain damage he seemed to forget he had. Probably on account of the brain damage and all that.
And the brain damage.
A few minutes of story time, and using Natsu as a pack mule for all the shit they stole later, and the group finally go around to talk with the freshly unslaved deep gnomes to see if they have anything to say, or free shit to give them, whichever comes first. With Wulbren having been sent to Moonrise Towers, however, long ago, now Beldron, the apparent next in line of the Iron Hand gnomes, introduces himself and rewards the group for their help, before hesitating for a moment on explaining the reason they were down here to begin with. Inu quickly gets him to cut that shit out, though, by telling him they already knew about the super gunpowder from Philomene, which is enough to get Beldron to explain that the reason Wulbren specifically got dragged off to Moonrise is that he roasted the recipe book for super gunpowder after memorizing it, so the Absolutists couldn't get their hand on it, which led them to decide to just drag him back to their base to torture the yellow cake recipe out of him. With the exposition now out of the way, Barkus asks when the Iron Hands are heading out to go rescue his pal Wulbren, only for him to get just a tad disgruntled when Beldron gives a simple "nah" in response before inviting the group to share some drinks in Wulbren's honor if they ever make it to Baldur's Gate, trademark. Since Barkus was understandably less than enthused to hear that, he immediately starts making plans to head to Moonrise Towers himself to break Wulbren out on his own. Inu then approaches the obviously exhausted Baldrock to see what's on his mind, only to notice that he has the option to literally see what's on his mind, which of course prompts him to zero in on invading his thoughts before all else. After a quick scan of Barclay's brain reveals that he's in such a hurry because he's worried the Iron Hand gnome may already have some super gunpowder to use, which seems like a thought that will probably be important later. Inu decides to invite him to rest at the group's camp for a while, because he looks like he's about to collapse into a heap. Barkus Phoenix initially declines this most generous offer on the grounds of expediency, but after consulting with his brain for a moment, he quickly changes his tune after every part of his body that's capable of feeling pain or exhaustion scream, "Just take their offer, you dumb fuck," at him in unison. With Hergus Burgess evidently now set to make his way towards his camp, where he hopefully won't end up getting kidnapped for a third time on his way to it, Inu performs a quick scan of the local map and the group's quest log before determining that they finally finished clearing out the Dwargar camp and can now head back to clearing shit out on the Shroomsville side of the lake. Deciding that they'd rather delay their return to Shroomopolis until after they've finished their Underdark shopping list, the group sets off toward the unknown in search of that tower they heard might have the other type of mushroom they needed to bring Omalum. Not long after setting out into the field of exploding mushrooms, which did of course go as well as you'd expect, Inu's character ends up hearing the rumblings of something burrowing through the ground nearby, which puts everyone on edge over the possibility that another Garchomp might show up. Well, everyone except for Elle, who seems to have been under the impression that having already killed the Garchomp means they'd never encounter another one ever again forever. After carefully traversing through the shroom fields to avoid angering any potential land sharks, Inu notices he's gotten a few extra pieces of paper to read and begins a new round of story time before suddenly being interrupted by Natsu activating a nearby warp circle. Once he's actually allowed to finish story time, Inu then attempts to go see where the new warp circle Natsu found leads, only for the game to do its best to make Inu vomit by having his camera freak the fuck out and get stuck on every pixel of geometry on his way to the warp pad. Once the game stops trying to physically murder him, Inu is eventually able to make it to the portal and is teleported to a new area that is soon discovered to actually just be a useless room just outside the arena where they killed the eyeball ruining hag a while back. After warping back into the shroom fields...
Don't die.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I think I got a popcorn kernel stuck in my throat. The group continues to explore around the unknown area until Inu nearly ends up walking directly into an open corridor that's littered with the sight cones from half a dozen arcane turrets. Thankfully, however, the magic turrets turn out to actually be really stupid, as the group is able to leisurely walk right through their sight lines without issue by abusing the mechanics of turn-based mode. After a close call resulting in Natsu getting shot in the face at point-blank range, the group is able to successfully destroy the arcane turrets to gain free access to the area. With the corridor now harmless, Inu searches around for any valuables to appropriate and ends up finding a pretty massive tower at the end of the road, which would presumably be the one they were told might have the mushroom they needed. Once Natsu is able to convince Inu to not try sneaking into the turret-filled lobby of the place, he directs him and the others to a secret path nearby that, after a short hop across a bunch of giant mushrooms, leads them to the back entrance into the tower. Noticing a small garden nearby, the group head over to search for any potential buried treasure, which leads to Elle getting her hands on another anti-magic flower to replace the one that ended up wilting while they were in Dwergar camp. Surely this won't end up being a problem down the line. Again. Once inside the tower, Inu ends up finding a scientific dissertation on the anti-magic flowers that someone wrote to catalog all of the anti-magic flower-powered weaponry they figured out a way to make, only to find the book was totally blank because the scientists who wrote it actually kind of sucked at their job. Unlike the guy who wrote that book, however, the person who built the tower apparently didn't suck at their job, as after tossing a spare anti-magic flower into a nearby generator, the group is shown a cutscene of all the machines inside the tower powering up, while all the turrets outside that the group already exploded into pieces powered down. Yeah, I don't get it either. With the elevator at the center of the tower now active once again, Inu decides to ignore it for the time being to read a mostly destroyed play manuscript that certainly isn't so specific a thing to find that it would end up being important later. Natsu then informs everyone that the not at all important ruined play manuscript Inu just read was obviously incredibly important, and that they should scour the place to make sure they find any books like it on the way up, so that Inu can read them all. A couple floors up from there, Natsu points out a totally mundane chest that he asks Inu to open for stream viewing purposes, which causes Inu to start acting like a petulant child for the next several minutes, as he first threatens to blow the chest up if someone didn't immediately run over to check it out after he failed an Arcana check. Mirror it, only to then adamantly refuse to take anything from it, once Natsu begrudgingly passed the Arcana check for him, because all Inu could see in it was a few plates and mugs, despite Natsu's repeated and increasingly aggravated assurances that taking them was something Inu specifically should do. Once Natsu eventually relented and just looted the damn thing himself because Inu was being such an annoying baby about it, it's revealed that the totally mundane chest was actually mundane. It wasn't actually mundane in the slightest, as all the worthless trash within it were actually high-value magical items that were being disguised by the magical chest they were in to deter would-be looters, which is what Natsu was trying to demonstrate to Inu and the stream audience, aka Bio, without having to outright spoil what was going to happen in the process. A couple more floors up, and Inu ends up finding a letter addressed to Lenore about how Lenore's friend Amaranth doesn't approve of her having decided to tame a pet Garchomp after happening to find one nearby her pet dog's grave. Sounds like someone's just jealous to me. Another short bout of story time then ensues as Inu reads through all the bits of evidently important poetry he's been handed, one of which having been written by someone who was apparently openly sobbing because they were lonely enough to openly beg to just hold someone's hand for a few seconds. And then a book titled A Sensible Person's Guide for Being in Cities, where every step listed essentially can be summed up as don't, and ends with the author spitting in some guy's eye because he dared to tell him anything at all about how Baldur's Gate trademark is structured. With the book written by a guy who prefers throwing his shit out of a window over just having a sewer system. Some people, I swear. Now out of the way, Inu continues his story time until he notices that Natsu handed him a shovel for some reason, which is promptly thrown back in his face because Inu already has the special limited edition comically large spoon that was given to him by Shovel forever ago. Once Inu actually finishes story time, Natsu ends up finding a fancy disc nearby that turns out to be a decoder ring for the type of cipher used on old Githyanki relics, such as the one that was conveniently located on a bookshelf not 10 feet away from it. As Inu kinda doesn't need a decoder ring to figure out how to read the language his character natively speaks anyways, he opts to not bother with the thing and just reads what's on the relic with his own eye instead. Long and short of things, because I just can't be bothered to parse out this whole ass history dissertation that was recorded in the old Gith audiobook, is that it apparently contradicts a bunch of the shit that Lae'zel believes in regarding Githyanki history. Not that I'd have noticed that, given how I usually just try to tune her out when she's around. So the group decide that they'll show it to her later, since they figured it would probably get a pretty funny reaction out of her. With the trinket to throw at Lae'zel later, now safely in his pocket, Inu heads up to the final floor of the tower, only to be forced into a conversation by a cool-looking clockwork robot named Bernard, who immediately begins to recite slam poetry at him. By using his knowledge he gained reading all the books on slam poetry that were scattered throughout the tower, Inu was able to successfully navigate his way through the conversation of nonsense he was stuck in, and was even rewarded with a novelty flashlight ring for his troubles that, according to Natsu, will come in handy when they try to explore the spooky basement of the place later on. With Bernard now pacified, Natsu begins to explain that fighting him and the other robots strewn about the top floor is an option they can pick for some extra experience and neat loot before Inu ends up distracted by a random bar stool he found tipped over in the corner. After approaching this stool of hill giant strength, Natsu's instincts instructs Inu to take a closer look at it, and upon doing so, Inu discovers that the stool actually sets the strength score of whoever sits on it all the way up to 21 points, but only while they're actively sitting on it. Bored scientists invent the weirdest shit sometimes. Upset over the illusion of strength this useless stool gives you, Natsu's character then angrily smashes the thing to pieces on the ground, which leads to it turning into the most literal definition of a stat stick imaginable, when it is reduced to an incredibly low damage club that also happens to set your strength to 19 just for holding it in your hand. Though why there was only one of said clubs when the stool had 4 legs is beyond me.
The world may never know.
With the singular chair leg now sitting in Karlak's inventory, because who else honestly needs a stick that lets him bench press a dump truck other than her? Inu momentarily begins looting again before noticing he's over encumbered, at which point he immediately stuffs all of his shit into Natsu's backpack so that he would be over encumbered instead. If he didn't want to carry a literal ton of random floor trash, he shouldn't have been walking around with a portable trash can on his back. With the weight of the entire library of books he was carrying now lifted from his shoulders, Inu walks over to talk with Bernard again and ends up learning that Lenore was so depressed that she literally made a robot for the sole purpose of having something around that could give her a hug when needed. And with that very awkward hug having concluded, the session ends with Inu deciding he would in fact like to push Bernard out of a window so that he won't have to think about that again, only for his attempts to create an end of session save to be continuously interrupted for the game stating that someone was editing their character when literally no one was doing something that even remotely resembled said action.
All right.
Because, Larian updated the game and broke a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to this. And also trying to fix chat, because chat seems probably broken. I don't know. I just refresh the stream window, see if that does it.
That was a half hour.
Yes, it was.
Just recap.
Listen, that's nothing. You should have seen well, maybe you did see some of them, but you should have seen some of the time we spent on the Three Houses recaps.
Oh god.
Oh dear.
Because I swear we spent over an hour in those one time. In fact, I think the first half of the first Mass Effect stream was just us doing recap from the previous Three Houses stream.
Oh god. Also, Bio, if you're there. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so what was the option to make this guy fight us again?
I mean, it should be the only dialogue option that's left. Well, not only dialogue, but the only poetry line, dialogue line. Oh, we have two?
I sure do.
It should be the second one. I don't know what the first one does.
I'm curious on what the first
Or-
one does.
Don't remember.
I'll hold them to them. There's something I can do. I can't throw them away. I've never been that brave.
Oh, we did spend an entire stream on the last batch. That's right. What?
What happened?
I don't know.
It looked like he gave you an item, but I don't see anything new in your inventory unless there's,
Unless these scrolls were new, maybe. Did he hand me scrolls?
Or if you had an open space in your inventory and it got filled somewhere later up, because, y'all don't organize your inventories often
Oh.
enough.
No, I do. Pretty much on the regular.
Okay, thank God.
Because I don't like having books show up where I don't know whether I've read them or not.
Yeah.
Like, that gap up there was from me learning spells last time and my money going away. But the fact that there was a scroll up there indicates to me, yes, he handed me a bunch of scrolls.
Okay, cool. Alright, so, yeah, the last poetry line left, the last slam poetry line, should be the thing that initiates the fight.
Oh god, it was 3 hours, Bio?
Oh yeah, yeah. The final set of memes from Three Houses, or Three Hopes, I think technically, was so long that we spent literally the entire stream doing it and had to push off Mass Effect for a week. It was great.
Yeah.
Command as if you feel. My lord. My liege.
All right.
And in its wake, it tramples everything. Go kill the rest, so that the one can fly.
All right. Go grab one of the ones in the corners, El. We have a plan to push this giant robot out the window behind him. Oh, except he's gonna move first. Can we entangle him? Is there a way to entangle him so he can't move?
I can.
Or knock him down, maybe? I don't know.
Well, then maybe I should run to him and try to push him out.
I don't know if you're gonna have the distance to push Bernard out of the window, but also not so. Why didn't you just push Bernard out the window?
I wasn't in combat at the time, and I had no way of getting down there without entering it.
Ah, I
And
gotcha.
without entering combat, I wouldn't have known where I was going to be in the initiative.
Actually, I don't know if this will push him backwards or not.
Well, you can try. And if it doesn't work, then I have a backup idea.
I don't know what's gonna do to Inu.
Don't worry about that. It's not like you haven't killed me before.
This is true.
Notice how I am up and out of the way currently. Oh, you have the
Nope.
anti-magic flower field on. Oh, okay. So actually, I cannot go down there and do what I was going to do because what I was going to do involves magic.
Oh, he's got reach. Damn it. This would take my bonus action.
I do still feel bad about essentially killing your tablet on
Fuck it.
the Fire Emblem meme stuff bio. I definitely feel like it was our fault that your tablet died.
So long, farewell. Get out the fucking window. Oh, he root.
What was the other thing you displaced?
Robot.
So there were two that went out the window?
Yeah, so there
Feels
was
like two went out the window. Yeah.
there was one
Oh,
that
okay.
was up here that I knocked
Right.
down to here, and
Oh,
then
so
I
there was
then
an
knocked
extra.
it. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I didn't see that there was a second one that had been sitting there.
this old bastard resisted my thunder wave though. I'll give him more of a reason to stay here. Hi, Baba.
Okie dokie.
There you go.
You can shove me.
If I shove you, I then can't cast Thunderwave.
Isn't shove a bonus action?
I think it's a full action.
Shouldn't be. No, shove is a bonus action. Damn it.
Well, that wasn't very helpful.
Well, it might have pushed me far enough over where I'm not going to go out the window.
I mean, it does look like I'm shoving you into a wall.
Yeah.
So, fuck it.
Bye.
Oh, and he's gone. He didn't
But
die.
he lived! He lived!
He lived on 7, that whore.
Wow.
Fucking rude.
Bubba, you wait for the worst times to want attention.
At the ready.
Those are the best times.
Gravity has no power over an automaton of his strength.
Okay, there you go.
Hey, Elle, you want to do the sickest flying elbow drop of all time?
Out the window?
Yeah.
You don't need to. I can get him from here.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Did you get him?
You got him.
Yeah, he only had 7 health left, and he dealt 9, so...
Yay.
Well, that's stupid.
We are gonna have to, like, go outside to loot that guy later, but...
Yeah.
We were gonna have to leave eventually anyhow. Oh, with him dead, we're all in the same initiative order.
Yay.
I hadn't noticed that.
What, Bubba? Oh wait, that's right. I have a speed potion up. I have 2 actions per turn.
Hey you! Another day, another fight. Puff something, maggot.
Sarge, did you have a kill on that guy?
No, I've literally just got 8 in on him. There we go.
Garlac.
Sorry, hang on. Oops. Whoops. Stop! Game!
Garlac over here sprinting circles around the enemy again.
Meh. Okay.
Alright, that's, I believe, 6 consecutive shots you've missed on me, loser.
So the AC sometimes does work. Sometimes.
Against specifically this guy.
Troubadour's Wonder.
Oi, papa. Oi, 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 oi.
You're a big dum dum, you know that?
So I just needed to. Where's the last fuck? Dash.
Yeah. But
Nyom.
Blue streak speeds by. Garlac the hedgehog.
Nyom.
Wizard.
What's in here?
Bonsai. What's this guy got?
He's got an antique key and a halberd called Light of Creation. Chance to stun the wielder unless it is a construct. So,
Okay.
Man,
So
I'm,
there
I'm
are-
glad we have playable Warforged in this game.
no, there are gloves that we can pick up that I don't think we actually even have to wait too long to come across. That like treat the wielder as a construct while they're being equipped.
I'll give it a shot.
But yeah, it does 1d10 slashing damage and 1d6 lightning damage, and it's a +1 weapon. For now, that's gonna sit in camp.
Okay. Back in the turbo basement.
Time to get going.
Alright, now you have to go to the basement from the top floor, don't you?
No, I mean, I just went from the ground floor and it seems to work. I'm in a basement.
Alright, I'm not seeing the other button. Do I have to put the ring back on?
The button's there.
Guiding light. And now the button's there. Okay, now I'm in the basement. And I don't see anyone else down here, so yeah, I don't think you're all in the right place. Go to the top floor.
Eh? There's a different basement?
Yes, go to the top floor, and you'll see a button that says to basement.
Okay then.
You only get access to the basement if you get the ring off of Bernard, which we did with one of our conversation choices before we fought it. I had to re-equip it for the button to show back up.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it up? Oh, alright, hold on, let me come back to the top floor.
You just see descend. Oh, there's basement.
Yep.
We could have gone through the metal door, I guess. From the other area?
Since I think I already opened it, yes, but normally no. Normally this is the only way into the basement until you open the other side of the door by coming down here.
And why are we down here?
Because there's stuff to loot.
Does not
Although
appear to be a reason. There's like nothing
Yeah, he
here.
just looted everything, so there wasn't a reason.
But guys, you didn't come to the right basement.
Did we get the fucking mushroom we came here for?
Yes,
Mushroom,
which means I'm
mushroom.
able to do cool stuff with the mind flayer back at the mushroom camp.
Oh boy,
Neat.
is there a sex scene that's
Hold
gonna
on.
happen?
No,
Get help from the thing. Do we have anything left to do up here?
we don't get that with that mind flayer.
Follow the Githyanki map.
Spoilers.
I was just waiting for you to be like, "What the fuck?"
I'm aware of enough to Gesundheit to
The
know that,
fuck?
that there's spoilers in that their statement,
Mhm.
and
Yeah, I
that's
can-
all I'm aware of.
I could just be yanking your chain.
I know you aren't.
Yeah, I don't see where we have like anything else to do other than to head back to the Myconid colony and report into, you know, Captain Mass Effect and Mushroom Picker Dareth. So,
So fast travel to the colony.
I don't know, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, we still haven't talked to the Sovereign after we defeated the Durgar?
No, because
No.
we were avoiding coming back here until we were done.
Ah, okay.
Do you want me to cast guidance on Yana before you start chalking?
Fucking?
Before you start shucking. Alright.
Yuck, 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 yuck. Ah.
Why am I back to full health? What the hell happened?
Huh?
Somehow I'm back at full health.
Greets you
Yeah,
with
use a short
purest
rest.
elegy, cheerless as the new moon.
Oh, a bard option.
Didn't we do this before? That sounds familiar.
I don't know, but it's here.
We breathe life into our enemy's flesh. The dead make a fine host for my growing children.
Cool.
You may not. The spores hear only the circle. They dance to no other harmony.
Well, anyway. I had to kill Glut because he was scheming to slaughter all your people.
You are
Yeah.
one with spore. Your throat tightens, then relaxes. The air is serene, your mind untroubled.
Who the hell is
But I
Spa?
sense
Oh.
only silence from the Dwergar hunters. The rot is cleansed.
Yep, did that too.
The songs we sing now carry your spirit. You shall now be called kin.
Oh, that
spirit.
sweet
I'd
mushroom.
prefer you
now.
just use my name, but
Lead us in good faith. In good faith, I thank you.
Yay.
The Guardian Gate is open. Go and claim your reward.
Your eternal reward.
Fortis, I have another boon to ask of you. You have cut out the Dwergar blight, but not its source.
In your mind's eye, spore shows you a drow striding among
Oh,
my
that-
dead.
Yeah, we already killed
Yeah,
him.
we
he's,
killed him.
he's dead, dude.
Here, this one is called.
Bruh, he's dead.
He hunted us.
Oh, he wants his head.
Hunt him in turn.
So, no head?
His head, and I will know my circle is safe.
Number one.
Why can't I just tell him we have it already?
Because we have to bring the head to him.
We don't have his head.
Beyond the lake. Bring him death and return.
We already killed him.
Now we get access to the cool loot room.
Half of what they're saying. At least they're
Loot room, loot room. What the fuck is in the loot room? Some scrolls.
Oh,
Some
Inu, before I forget,
mushrooms.
did you reapply your speak with animal stuff?
Yep.
Or, okay.
Oh, I forgot about my sword shit.
It's in the backpack. More scrolls. Some rotten food.
Someone's gonna have to take the flower for a moment. Here you go, Sarge. Take that for a moment.
Ah, lovely. A book called Flump Mating Rituals.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, it gives a cutscene?
The cover
Oh.
proudly announces this book to be Flump Mating Rituals.
Have a drow? Let's go with the drow one.
Flumps reproduce asexually. This text contends exactly the opposite. Far too many details to match. The scrutiny proves too much. The lurid text melts away before your eyes. An illusion. What remains are simple instructions written in a spare hand.
Oh.
The
Oh.
secret to forging adamantine.
Oh, we've already done that.
Step 1, hammer. Step 2.
Cut a hole in the box.
Alright, Sarge, you can give me back the flower.
Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it away. I mean,
By the way, there's a. I don't think it matters anymore because we already went down to the forge and did our crafting and whatnot. But there is a corpse in here that you should be able to talk to.
where did Inu go?
Up top where Sovereign was.
All right then.
Look at that. Got my useless old man back.
Finding
I
the
suppose
mushroom
that's
picker.
your doing.
Oh, is that for
His
talking
hands
to
were
what's her
empty
face
as a
out there?
hole. We'll have to send him back out soon enough.
Probably.
Yes.
Please, Balin's got a job to do. We can leave when he's done it.
Oof.
Love. Never heard of it. Balin's meek now, but he used to be a rotten old bastard. Treated me like an old shoe for 70 years. Losing his mind was the only good he ever did by me. Collecting
Okay,
noble
then.
stock. Valuable mushroom. We've a shop in Baldur's Gate. The locals go mad for it. Ah. To no surprise of mine, you're more competent
we
than
need
Balin.
that?
Go on then. Hand it over.
Not really. We can give it to her.
Oh.
Thanking you. I'll be on my way then.
You do that.
I do thank you. Come visit me in Baldur's Gate if you find yourself that way. I run a shop called Bone Cloaks. Balin nearly sunk the shop to pay for a drink, when he was of his own mind. This might allow me to hang on a little longer. You take care out here.
Yeah, I think by giving her the noble stock, we get access to like a wider inventory when we run into them again in Act 3.
That's
Gloves
useful.
of Uninhibited Kushigo. The wearer deals an additional D4 damage with throw attacks and attacks made with improvised weapons.
To Karlak?
I mean, isn't Karlak already wearing better gloves?
I think so.
Yeah, those just seem like probably self-fodder, to be honest.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're not doing a throw build, are you?
Nope.
So that was the Grim Forge that guy's body was in, right?
I think so, or at least close enough.
It's close to it, yeah.
Gotta recover a body.
Let's go get some free stuff to give to her to improve selling prices.
Oh yeah, almost to the ancient forge.
The decaying corpse lies before you.
Remove its head. DC 10. Oof.
Oh, that's not gonna do it.
Ooh. There we
There
go.
we go.
Okay.
The head breaks
Ugh.
off cleanly from the drow's body.
Yay.
Herming.
Neat.
Throw it back to the colony.
Yeah. Gotta turn it into the sovereign.
Not for help from a friend.
Same as us, I expect.
We've had some rest. Maybe we can still go back for the other.
Peacebringer, be at home.
Here, I brought you this head.
The drow sought to shatter our circle. Now his flesh may feed its growth. In dealing death, you have brought this circle life, and thus we name you Life Chanter.
Really, you could just use my name.
Well, now you have a Myconid tribe name.
Mushroom dance. Mushroom dance. Whatever could it mean? It means you lived a life of
As
sin.
our circle grows, so shall your song. Wherever you go, only listen, and you may hear it.
Hell yeah.
Neat.
Ooh.
We've had some rest.
Amulet gives you the Voice of the Circle class action.
Yeah.
Our work is bigger than any one of us.
It doesn't say what that means.
While you're hovering over it, hit T,
Ah,
and now you should be able to hover. Yeah.
neat. Anyway, who wants it?
Persuasion checks.
Oh, persuasion's not really a me thing.
That might also just be self-auto, to be honest.
It could be.
Thanks, boss. We'll be looking a lot worse.
So we're supposed to be going to Moonrise Towers for the main quest.
So now we should actually do the Githyanki Crash area, because after doing more of the game with my partner, both this area and Githyanki Crash are preludes to Act 2. We don't actually get to Act 2 until, like, we could go on to Act 2 from here, like it's possible to get there through the Underdark, but then we'd also be skipping the Crash area. And there's reason to hit up both, aside from, you know, just like experience and whatnot.
So, how do we do this? How do we finish this Omalum thing?
Oh, I'm gonna do that next. I was just waiting for you to get done with everything else in here.
Yeah, do it to it, bud.
We'll be looking
Okay.
a lot worse if not for help from a friend.
Same as us, I expect.
Where is Omalum? Back over this way.
We've had some rest. Maybe we can still go back for the others.
Jeez.
Oh gosh, this is stuck.
I greet you, child of the dark. How has your search for the mushrooms fared? I was born with a propensity for arcane magic my people despise. It gave me the
What?
strength to
Okay, well
resist
apparently
the
that's just
elder
like
brain.
whatever.
These are fine specimens. It will only take me a moment to brew them to proper potency.
Ormelium turns away to prepare the potion, lost in its own musings.
You must drink the entire draft. I can make no promises as to its taste. It will lower the psionic defenses around the lava. If I cannot remove it, I may still be able to tell you more about its origin.
Okay.
Huh, I failed insight. Oh, Sarge, can you come cast guidance on me before I hit the drink the potion option?
Yeah, 1 second. You are now guided.
Thank you.
The potion is disgusting beyond description. The only mercy is that it goes down quickly.
Not a drop left. Very good. As the potion influences your mind, you may find yourself acting irrationally. Try and stay focused.
The only thing that happens is you go stand close to
Possesses
Karlak.
edges, its finer boundaries. You are fluid, but trapped like a creature suspended in amber.
That's weird. I know I... Oh, I can cast resistance on you if you want.
No. Wait. Oh yeah, does guidance not help with...
It's a saving
Apparently.
throw, so...
Oh, okay, then yeah. Add resistance then. Do I need...
That will break my concentration on guidance, so you are aware.
Yeah. Trying to figure out if I should... it's only...
It's a DC 10.
Yeah, I'll use Bless. Probably due for a long rest soon enough anyway. Because I just know I'm getting low on spell slots.
Oh, I'm out of spell slots.
Yeah.
A few sparks and colours dance around Omeluum, but you stay steady and staring ahead. The tadpole spasms, seizes. It's fighting the potion even harder than you are. Fear pierces your mind like knives of ice. The parasite digs deeper, as if it needs to hollow out your skull.
Ow.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That was an almost.
Still have 3 inspiration. Okay. There we go.
The cold blades lose their edge. You are stalwart, turning that tide of fear against itself. The parasite swells with power. More power than you have ever felt before. It surges and twists, lashing out against that which would dare to intrude. The parasite in your mind
Ah!
fights, pleased
What
with
a great
itself.
voice line.
Omeluum, are you well?
That lava is like nothing I have ever observed before. Its power is unsettling.
Yeah, that's why I don't trust the brain ghost.
Such an outcome was not in my calculations. There is more to this being than mere stasis.
Say no to drugs, said the brain slug calmly.
To put your name in the goblet of fire! Dumbledore asked calmly.
Yet that power may grow beyond your control. I have another intermediate solution, if you are in need.
I have this ice pick.
A ring of mind shielding. It prevents elder brains from noticing my presence. It will not remove the lava, but it will limit its influence, both positive and negative. I would offer it as a gift, but in truth, the ring is priceless. Is there anything you could offer me in turn?
Oh.
A fascinating topic indeed. What can you tell me?
Oh boy.
Now can you get... Yeah.
What a brilliant experience. To feel one step closer to my ancestors is a fine gift indeed. Here, it is yours. May it serve you as well as it has served me.
Just turn around and immediately sell it back to him.
Remains. Be ever vigilant of its growth.
I am curious about its effects. Because I still have an open ring song, I believe.
You have advantage on saving throws against Charmed.
Well, it's better than the not ring he currently has equipped.
That's true.
Thank you, sir.
Alright. You have anything to trade?
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
I'll be doubly shielded then.
I greet you, friend of the dark.
Huh?
That was interesting that it forced an auto.
Yeah, why'd it force me into that shit?
Somehow you look worse
I
than
don't
last
give
time
a
I saw you.
fuck if he's trading at the moment. It's not my problem. Okay, so Halcyon we need to go back to camp for. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, we have a party. We
And
still have to do.
also we need to check in with.
Oh right, we have forged a weapon. I was looking at the journal. Where the fuck did it go in here before I got pulled? Oh yeah, under Nautiloid Crash region, we've got the Susser bark. Now we need to head back to the forge.
Yeah.
Which forge? The one down below?
The
Or-
one,
No,
the
the
one in
one
the
up in the
Nautiloid
Goblin
Crash
Village.
region.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's the one in the Bladed Village.
So I mean, I guess we should probably do that.
Yep.
Alright, I'm at the Bladed Village.
As am I now.
Oh yeah. To go in here. This forge.
Oh.
Oh, now that we got on top side, my anti-magic flower no longer anti-magics.
Oh, interesting.
Who has this? Oh, I do. Great. Can't use that right now. There we go. Combine that with the melting furnace.
The bark is in place. Now for a great sword, dagger, or sickle.
Hmm.
Great sword, dagger, or sickle.
Sickle.
I feel like great sword is the only thing that any of us would possibly use.
I don't remember what they all do, but I know that the dagger has like a silencing effect when you hit enemies with it.
I mean, I am willing to trade off my shield potentially. What's the shield on here? There it is. I mean, the +2 armor class is definitely solid. Unless the polearm would be better for Canoe, maybe. Or not, polearm, what am I saying? I'd say roll for the greatsword.
It sort of seems like the play to me as well.
Okay.
I don't know how to do that though.
Do you need said weapon?
I don't know. There's no more instructions. It's. I don't know if we need a template or what.
Oh, I think you need to put a like basic version of that weapon in there, and like the Susser bark stuff infuses with it.
No, I don't have any basic versions of that stuff.
Hold on, I'm sure I have a bajillion back at camp. All right, what were we going for? Greatsword.
Great sword.
Well, there are all the daggers. Great axe, great sword. It's a great sword that I've sent over to Inu.
The roaring furnace awaits an offering.
Here you go.
Yeet!
A candy sweet scent
Bye-bye.
wafts forth. The Susa bark infuses the weapon from within the flames. The flames sputter away. The sword is complete.
You pick it up, you burn your hand off. Everything is terrible.
Yay.
It is a Susser Greatsword, +1, silences on hit, 2d6 slashing.
Nice.
Alright.
So, you know, if we're ever fighting fucking
Spellcasters.
spellcasters, there you go.
Which
Yay!
happens at least rather frequently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also have Find the Night Song, but
That's somewhere in the Underdark.
well, we've been through the whole Underdark and we haven't found it, so
Oh, yeah, Sarge, are you still trying to play Healbot?
I mean, trying to, yes.
Okay.
Succeeding, eh?
Because that vendor that we talked to, the one whose husband we returned to her, she had a ring on her that I bought that says you restore an additional 2 hit points every time you heal another creature. So, here you go.
I mean, I could probably swap out the invisibility one for that.
Yeah. I also picked up one that says your weapon attacks also deal 2 acid damage. I don't know what rings you got going on Karlak, but I figured that's probably the person that's going to make the most use of that. So, even if you're not going to use it for now, I'll give it over to you. And then,
I got one that increases
It's-
my movement speed and throwing boost.
it's probably better than the Ring of
well,
Flinging.
you said you're not doing throwing though, right?
Yeah, so I'll put on that
It's just a
caustic band.
static +2 to damage. I mean,
Yeah.
Send
And
that to you.
then, what do you have for a necklace? Oh, right, the advantage on death saving
death
throws.
saves and also aid on a stick.
Well, if you feel like swapping it out, I picked up a pearl of power amulet that essentially acts like the wizard's arcane recovery.
Whee!
I mean, the nice thing about that is I can literally just equip it, activate the ability, and then unequip it again.
Yep. Yep.
Man, I don't know what those blacksmiths are always going on about. Weapon fortune's so easy.
Like if I do that and then do that.
I also picked up a helmet that has an ability that's usable once a short rest that lets you just become invisible for 2 turns. Does anybody want that in place of their current helmet?
Nope.
No.
I don't think so. Hang on.
Alright,
Always asking questions when I got haste helmet.
alright, into the utility
So
bag
no.
it goes then.
I get all the movement.
Eee.
Speaking of which, there's a video I need to send to you all of someone beating the game in honor mode difficulty just by walking back and forth. It's
What?
yeah, it's kind of
What?
ridiculous.
Ooh.
Okay then.
Yep. It's made possible by a pair of boots that I actually just picked up. Also from that same, or no, I think it was off of. It was either off the Mind Flayer or it was off the female vendor that was down there. But it's Boots of Stormy Clamor. When the wearer inflicts a condition upon a hostile creature, they also inflict 2 turns of reverberation. And if reverberation hits 5 or more stacks, it makes the creature take 1 to 4 thunder damage and possibly fall prone.
Jesus.
And there's a thing that they can combine it with that allows them to abuse it and just keep stacking turns of reverberation, even though you're only supposed to be able to do it once per turn.
Huh.
So besides the crush, is the party the other thing that we really want to do?
Yes.
Yeah, so
And we're going to do the party when we do a long rest up here, which will be cool because we have Barkus or whatever his name is
Yeah.
at our camp, so he'll do fireworks and stuff.
Back to camp. Let's go.
Ookity.
Oh, wait. Does it need to be upstairs, though?
Probably.
Okay. Let's pop... You know what? I'm going to hit the Emerald Grove environs.
Yep.
And then go to camp from there.
Yep. Go to camp. Go to camp.
Go the
Does
fucking
whatever.
fuck to camp. I am going to go talk to Lazelle real quick and, like, harass her about this thing that we found.
Yeah.
Because it seems funny.
Yes.
Hey,
I
Lazelle.
definitely want to be party to this
Yes,
shit.
kin. Speak.
Look at this heresy I found.
What? Oh, there it is. Top one. Okay.
Yeah.
The disc appears in your mind's eye.
Lazelle
Lazelle
approves.
sees it too and considers the vision.
Tissue markings. Ancient. I recognize them, but I can't make sense. No. Wait. The texts are enciphered, but I've solved the pattern. It's a story. About Orpheus.
The first persona in
Persona.
P3.
Exists in concert with Lazelle's, but it hardly matters. Even without the connection, you'd recognize her discomfort.
Yes. Famed and long dead, the fool traitor. This text is heresy. I can hardly bear to read it, let alone speak it.
Read it to me. Number one, number one.
Yeah.
Very well. I will read it to you.
Thank you. I've already
Thank
read it
you.
myself,
Prince
but
of the Comet, Part 1. So it was that we were free from Geich shackles and turned our blades on each other. The heavens were shattered, and one great empire was divided in two. Gith traveled to the Hells to broker help for her people, her cause. Vlaakith would have you believe Mother Gith proclaimed her our queen. Lies. Gith made no such proclamation. Vlaakith seized the Empire against the Mother's wishes. But Gith had nurtured a son, Orpheus, Prince of the Comet, the true heir. He knew Vlaakith's treachery. Orpheus rallied Gith's honor guard and declared the throne for himself. The War of the Comet had begun.
That doesn't sound
Disregard
heretical
this-
at all.
This drivel. Gith declared Vlaakith queen of the Empire, and her own son defied her. Orpheus would have ceded control to the Geich.
the hell, everything recorded in this relic is pure heresy. I'd never read this. Can you please read it to me? Oh, fine. Since you asked nicely, I'll commit a bit of heresy for you.
Number one, number one.
She did nothing of the sort. Thank your good fortunes I'm a tolerant woman, or I'd have sliced off a few toes for suggesting it.
That's okay. You'll come around to the truth eventually, Lazelle.
It is a certainty. I had assumed our parasites served a Geich elder, but I believe they serve a greater master still.
Sure. It's probably
Yeah.
the
See
absolute.
Scratch in the background with her outfit.
Absolute may
Uh-huh,
be a
uh-huh.
mere pseudonym behind which this master hides. Whatever this voice, whomever this master, it dominates
Whomstever.
dreams and unites minds.
Hoomst.
Hoomstant.
Hoomst.
By the way, have you been looking at me weird?
Confession.
Oh,
I was too hasty to judge you. I thought you witless, gutless, unimpressively bland.
Oh, just.
Oh.
I mean, or just,
I-
or just be.
She appreciates number two.
Does she?
Yeah.
Yes, all that is true. I am cold as the sea of night.
Good for you.
But you have stoked fires I You would tear the horns off one dragon for plunging into another.
What?
You've gained my respect, and more still, my
She wants you.
when I come near, your odor alone is enough to make my neck
So
sweat.
apparently,
and
Inu,
my
you
hair
stink enough
stand
to
on
attract another
end.
gift.
Creepy. Last one.
No, that's so rude.
You respect so much why he's such a prickly crouch.
Isn't it obvious?
No.
I want to taste you. Perhaps tonight, perhaps later. But I want it all the same.
That's nice.
All I
Do
think
you?
is, good lord, this sounds like the definition of a hate fuck.
Yeah, Lae'zel, you're Lae'zel.
Your loss, I fear.
I don't think it is.
One day soon, you will wonder how my lips might have tasted, how my fingers on your skin.
I
might
seriously
have
think your
felt.
character looks moderately
You will
disgusted,
wish you
Inu,
could return
every
to
time it
this
cuts back
lost
over.
moment.
No, I really doubt that's true, Lae'zel.
Jeez, it's almost like apparently you irritate her enough to make her go, I want to hate fuck that.
Something the matter?
Yeah, your textures for one there for a moment.
You
You
thought of
loaded
me.
in eventually.
Thank you. It's beautiful. I'll find a place of honor for it in camp. Nobody's ever given me anything before. What do I owe you in return? Thank you. Lady Shard teaches us to forswear material goods, but I think she'll make an exception for her own image. I wonder, perhaps this is connected to the Dark Justiciars. This isn't the first sign we've
What?
come across. It
Heard her
can't just
pronounced
be a
that way.
coincidence.
Just
They had a
because
presence
it's
in these
just
lands
this
once.
Well, there
I
is an
should keep
extra
watch
eye
for
in
more
there.
signs.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, look.
Oh yeah, there is. Okay.
I've never noticed it before, to be honest.
Oh.
Thank
Lae'zel,
you.
I know you always sit around your own
Should have
because
known
everyone
you'd
hates
be
you, but
understanding.
surely you're so blind that you didn't notice how much Inu has been flirting with a local nuclear bomb.
Yeah, right?
Apparently, Inu's
Fine.
character wants to feel the
What's on
power
your mind?
between her legs. I mean, nuclear bomb.
I
Oh.
suppose some would commend our actions. Goblins would have razed that whole place to nothing if it weren't for us. No excuse to rest on our laurels, though. We've still got our own problems to contend with. You're not the kind of company I'd keep willingly. All
Wow.
things considered, you'll
Wow.
do.
Wow.
I haven't forgotten that you saved my life aboard the Nautiloid.
At least
Perhaps
it's
I'll be able
honest
to
and not
return the
incredibly
favor at some
negative,
point.
like a certain, I want to murder you all.
I'm pretty sure that's like a lower reputation than I had with her before, though. What the fuck happened?
Yes.
Damn it.
Oh my god, I misread that line so bad.
Which
What?
one from whom?
The one from Karlak there. Listen,
What
You-
did
you-
you read?
you know how it said I want you in my party.
Oh,
I
no.
misread a different P word.
Got you on it.
I thought you were coming on to him like really hard.
I mean, that would be in line
mean-
for Karlak's character.
I do want them in my pants, but that's a different story.
No, not that P word. Another P word.
Oh, that pe-
Gotta
oh,
grab
Yeah.
Eliza.
yeah, still, yeah.
Not the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
Same general region.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's inside of the pants, yes. Oh, hey, there's
Should've been inside of
Barkus.
something else.
Barkus!
Thank you for the invitation to your camp.
Bugger.
It's, well appointed, not too crowded.
Damn it.
perfect for thinking. And I've been doing just that.
Okay.
It's about Wulbrin. We know he's been taken to Moonrise Towers, and we know I'm going to save him.
Yeah.
The problem is this. A preponderance of evidence that I am a terrible adventurer.
Oh, you don't
I'm
say.
not sure I should trust Wulbrin's fate to, well, me.
Look, bruh, I'm already going there. I've told you this.
I will say this for Barkus.
You've
At
done
least he's
so much already.
self-aware.
I'm hesitant to prevail upon you again, but I can't risk recapture. I barely escaped last time.
You didn't escape last
You
time.
did.
I freed you, jackass.
I mean, that counts as escaping.
Yeah.
Just some,
That's-
yeah.
Very decent of you.
Besides, as far as
Thank
NPCs
you.
go, he's completely
There's something
inoffensive
else
and
you
has
should
been
know.
polite at this point.
Something
Yes.
I can no longer ignore.
Are you coming on to me
I know
too?
you've learned about the gnome's pursuit of rune powder, but do you know what it truly is?
It's a super
A
bomb.
big bang attack.
Oh my god. I make a pun. Bard option that makes pun.
That myth has come to life. The Iron Hand gnomes have proven the impossible. Rune powder is real, and they have it in their possession.
Anarchy.
Destruction. The only thing it's good for. But destruction of what? Well, I'm hoping Wulbren will be able to tell us.
Destruction of the
Shouldn't
system.
have let him drift away. Shouldn't have let that lot get their claws into him.
Rune powder against the machine.
Now more than ever, I need to find him. We need to find him. He's the only one I might be able to speak to sensibly.
Are you not speaking to me sensibly?
I'd kiss you, but neither of us deserve that. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, I like this Barkus.
Wow. What a dick.
What do you mean, what a dick?
He just insulted both of us simultaneously.
No, he insulted himself.
No, he said neither of us deserves that, implying that I
If
am
he's-
a problem here as well.
No, he's not worthy of kissing you, so he doesn't deserve him kissing you. And he also thinks that it would be offensive to you for you to be kissed by him, so you don't deserve that.
Not how
That
I
tracks.
interpreted that. Did you have anything else to talk about?
There we go.
Ah. Are you an alchemist?
Alchemist.
Tinkerer, adventurer, curmudgeon. I wear many hats.
You're not wearing a hat.
Most with great enthusiasm. Thank you for noticing.
Figure of speech.
Yeah, so far I like this Barkus route.
Barkus Root is my name. Baldur's Gate is my home. Back in the city, I offered my expertise to the highest bidder. I was quite popular, too. I'm not picky about my customers.
Alright, cool. I don't want to ask you about what if your boyfriend's dead.
Always a delight to speak with you. What can I do?
What's up, gal? Well, nothing new to talk about there.
Okay.
And he is always a hair's breadth away now from exploding.
Alright, well, time to have some sleep and have
And
a
a
party.
party.
And a party.
Save first.
And we'll actually do a proper save even.
5 gold and a party.
What is that? 500 copper?
Ah,
converted
damn it!
all
There's
the way
not
up?
enough space for Slaughter Ahoy One-Eyed Dragon party time. God damn it. Fine. We'll
One-eyed
just,
dragon party tea.
fine, we'll just do
Yeah.
One-Eyed Dragon party time. We have enough camp supplies. Yes. Waiting for other players.
We sure do.
Oh, hold on.
Vampy boy!
L, do the thing.
What thing?
The Astral Lion has an exclamation point.
Okay. I was.
You know,
Who was this? What were you
I
talking about?
never pictured myself as a hero. Never thought I'd be the one they'd toast for saving so many lives.
You didn't do shit.
Now that I'm here, I hate it. This is awful.
You didn't do shit, Solgaleo.
True. That was fun.
He didn't kill shit.
I would have liked more for my trouble than a pat on the head and vinegar for wine.
I'm gonna take your last one.
It's a heavy, rich red, dry and sharp.
See what I mean? Awful. All I want is a little fun. Is that so much to ask?
I mean, there's option number 3.
Yeah.
I'm flattered, but I think
Aw.
not. It's not you, you understand. It's me.
Boo.
I have standards.
Carly giving me near that bottle, given the fact that she's literally on fire.
Oh, boy.
You just got told, fuck off, I have standards.
What a dick!
Yep.
Holy shit, I did
This
not
might
see
be
that
the
coming.
wine talking, but I'm feeling inspired. Thinking of writing
Oh, is
my
this the
next
bard
song.
that sucked up
Yeah.
on the hill?
I don't. Is it?
But I need
Yeah.
an angle.
Yep.
Any ideas?
Jesus.
You could really go all over the place with those options. Good lord.
One raunchy ballad coming up.
Yeah, make sure you go around talking to everyone.
That hurt my feelings.
Yep.
You have no idea how good it feels to see these people smiling. The singing we could probably do without, but even so, thank you.
Alright, Zevlor has been good, Civ. Oh, Mole is across the river.
What?
Yep. Make sure you talk to her too.
Excuse me, I was playing. What the fuck? He said he wasn't a fan of singing, so I figured I'd play some music instead.
Oh, here, let me come join you. Which song did you pick?
The first one. Oh, and I stopped for no adequately explored reason.
Alright, time to romance the bear.
That's a, statement. Oh, Alfira is also performing Bard Dance.
Yep.
You forced her to link up.
Oh, hell yeah. Wait, is she playing a lute?
I'm not 100% sure.
I think
Yes.
Oh, that means I can swap to a different weapon. We can finally hear 3 parts on this.
A different weapon.
Up to a different weapon.
I mean,
the
in my hands, it's a weapon. I don't fucking
musical
care.
instrument.
Yeah. Flute.
Oh god, he's gonna play the skin flute.
We already have a lute. We already have a lyre. Violin.
Drums.
I do have a drum.
I'll get to it, drummer boy.
Oh.
Oh, I'm gonna go stand next to her for this.
Apparently you've been
Oh, hey, look!
defeated
Someone
in
threw. Oh, Gale threw gold at you.
Toss a coin.
Toss a coin to your witcher.
Reform.
Frightful and fierce. That's more like it. How many goblins did we kill? 10? Let's make it 20. That's my girl.
Alright, let's try flute.
Playing all the instruments.
Just a moment.
There's 2 gold pieces on the ground now.
You can play for money.
Yes, there's an achievement for getting 100 gold through performance.
Oh god.
It'll be time to abuse the hell out of that when we get to Baldur's Gate. Trademark.
Yeah. It's also apparently like the second lowest got achievement in the game.
Well, this just makes me wonder, when I level up, is it possible I can learn an instrument, or is that locked out of the leveling?
I mean, you could take it as a feat.
Or you could
We
take
could
a
have-
level in
we-
Bard.
Also,
Yeah, that would do it as well.
yeah.
That might not be a bad idea to dip into Bard.
Hell yeah! Four party band. That means Elle's got to do it too.
'Cause, I mean, that would give me a chance to cycle in a few extra things.
What? I'm not a bard.
Yeah, you could be though.
Not as Karlak.
You can multi-class.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I'm not saying that.
I
you,
haven't
like-
seen any ability to do so when leveling as Karlak.
Well, worst comes to worst, you could always take a feat for it.
Karlak wouldn't be able to play an instrument for shit. She'd just automatically assume any and all instrument she has in her hands or something she needs to smash against the ground or someone's head. Well, yeah, but like that was also the Who, to be fair.
Plus, we can give her a drum.
That is one way for her to beat on things.
Yeah, I'm glad I tried out the violin because I think I'm actually liking this better than the lute, at least for Bard dance.
If any of your stuff goes missing, just let me know. You're family now.
Alright, good talk, Mole.
Hope you're
Not a
enjoying
bad
the
thing to be
night,
in,
hero.
okay with.
I certainly am. Cheers to many more like this.
Was she the one that we made the bet
Go
with?
on now. Don't waste a night like this talking to me. We'll discuss your problem tomorrow.
No!
Well, no, Inu's already got a betrothed. They just forgot who. Oh, right, the nuclear bomb.
Elle
Right,
wants
right.
to fuck the bear.
I want the bear!
She can't get the vampire, so she
only-
wants the bear.
Yeah, she got turned down by the lion, so she goes
Go
for the
on,
bear
enjoy
next.
yourself. Seek out some wine before it runs dry. There are a lot of thirsty people around here.
I love that. I love that story about that guy's dad who like walks by and sees him playing this game. He's like, "Have you fucked the bear yet, son?"
What? No. Disappointment.
Not yet, Dad.
Go on now. Don't waste a night like this talking to me. We'll discuss your problem tomorrow.
Now the question is he like direct?
In truth, I rarely imbibe. The stuff goes right to my head. Before you know it, I'd be breaking into song or declaring love to the first person I laid eyes on.
Oh, really?
I don't see the problem here.
Then you have never heard me singing. Which makes
You completely
very
skipped
fortunate.
option number 2 back there, which was unfortunate. Oh, there it is.
No, it's right there.
I'm sure there are. You strike me as extremely resourceful.
Yeah, Karlak has some
But
resources.
there are many grateful people here who want to spend time with you. I must not keep you all to myself. As enjoyable as that may
Oh, okay.
be. Go on, enjoy
It,
yourself.
it's straight up impossible
Seek
to
out
have
some
sex
wine
with
before
him
it
at
runs
the
dry.
At the beginning.
post-travel party
There are a lot
camp.
of thirsty
Yeah.
people around here.
I gotta build up a rapport.
Well, you definitely had a much more positive
Everyone seems to be in
interaction
high
than the lion.
spirits.
Yes, fuck the lion.
Strange.
I mean,
Oh,
you
you
tried and
wanted
failed.
to.
Never thought I'd find myself caring for.
Yeah,
You did attempt that. It just didn't work out.
yeah.
Your words, not mine. But not what I mean. I mean, desperate people. Like those refugees. Never gave them much thought. Certainly not that bunch in the grove.
Well, you never
Yet
got to
we came
meet them
through for
until
them.
just now.
We saved their
You
lives.
weren't there.
Odd.
You did nothing.
That's more easily said by some than others. But nobody's here to debate right from wrong.
Shadowheart trails off and glances around at the party. She turns back to you, mildly surprised you're still there.
Look on her
I
face.
thought you might have wanted to mingle with the others. True, but I thought you might not want to linger with me. We haven't always seen eye to eye, after all.
Well, yeah,
Besides,
there is a height difference
I'm
there.
sure
You're
there's
correct.
plenty of
Yeah.
people who'll be keen to
And I
celebrate
have a new
most
eye.
thoroughly with you. Maybe you would, but I'm not cruel enough to get your hopes up, in spite of what some might believe.
Lisa!
Whoa.
Why, I have no idea what you mean. Now on you go, and happy hunting. What, some advice on how to make me more bearable? All right, if you like. Respect my mission, my beliefs. Keep us focused on finding a cure.
Oh, well,
you do
you're never
that,
going to get lucky.
well,
You want the brain
I
slug.
see
She
no
doesn't.
reason why we shouldn't get closer. Now, enough about me. You should go see who'd like to spend the night with the savior of the grove.
Wow, chicka bow wow, chicka bow wow.
Don't mind me. Just crochet.
Ogling the bear. Oh. I mean, Karlak is standing there just staring at Halson.
I'm sorry.
I mean, this is where I choose to stay for the rest of the night.
What? Am I invisible?
Why do you think you're invisible? You're standing, like, not too far from me.
Right. Look at the stream.
What the fuck?
Oh, what the fuck? What did you do?
Red people. Blood people.
Okay, I'm visible again.
Racist.
Thank God.
Yay, we fixed it.
The fuck?
I like these people. They're joyful. It's
Oh.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, what a good
If
boy.
anything
Good
happens to
boy.
Scratch, we murder them all.
Oh, so I have confirmed
Beautiful
Scratch is
night, don't you think?
unkillable.
I don't care. If anything
Like a
happens to
brush with
Scratch, they
destruction
die.
To make one appreciate the majesty.
Carla
of the
wouldn't be able to
celestial
play an
canvas.
instrument for shit. She just
You
automatically
once
assume any and
shared
all
my
instruments she has in her hands are something she needs to
I
smash
definitely
against the
unaccompanied by
ground.
such revelry.
Just so
I preferred it when we were alone. Curled up before a crackling hearth with some ancient, esoteric tome between us. Ink glinting in the firelight.
Not cool, dude. Talking about your ex.
You talking about your cat?
I mean, that's one sort of pussy. I mean,
Geralt's lost nose. No! Tara is not any cat.
Trust him.
Trust him. Given your
Last time
confusion,
I
I'm guessing
had one
you've
of
never
those, your
met
sister got him murdered.
Fine company for any self-respecting wizard. She'd be most impressed by our efforts saving these.
Actually, it was Beach Hobo.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I seem to remember being beach hobo that got him murdered.
A little to be proud of recently. After I was afflicted with my condition, I locked myself in my tower for an entire year. I was inconsolable, wallowing in my self-inflicted tragedy. Given up on myself, but Tara never did. It was her encouragement, her research that led me to my treatment. Once we knew that magically infused items were the key, she went out to find them for me.
How come I haven't seen your
Saved
Tressum?
my life.
Got killed by a squad of
So long
bats.
being cared for by someone else. It feels good to have repaid the favor. Not directly to Tara, but to these poor tieflings. I'm sure she would approve.
Smart does her a disservice. She's a fine wizard in her own right, though somewhat held back by her lack of opposable thumbs. You remind me of her somewhat. There's a steeliness in you. An unwavering
Gale,
tenacity
did you
even
want to
in the
fuck
face
your
of,
bird?
to be frank, quite dire odds.
Certainly sounds like it.
Wish you were here for me to make a formal introduction. But I would never ask her to undertake such a journey.
Okay, she's alive.
She's safer at home.
Yay.
Besides, she was always telling me I needed to spread my wings, so to speak. Find mortal friends instead of hanging onto Mistra's coattails. So that's what I'm doing. I hope.
Oh my word.
Oh.
All of these are winners in terms of snark. Except for 3. 3's a legitimate concern.
I'm gonna go with 1.
Very funny. But as we all know, nymphs are sticklers when it comes to their bathing routines. You, my friend, haven't been near a fresh spring in a 10-day or more. Not that I don't
Oh
appreciate
my
your
god.
musk. Would you rather like it? Well, it seems as good a time as any
Well,
for me to stop babbling
this is
on.
the second time in one day that a companion has talked about your smell and enjoying it.
Yeah, I know, right? This is weird.
What two isn't a lot, but it's odd that it's happened twice.
Dude, don't stop now. What else do you like about me?
Wait, are you saying?
I think you just broke his
You know what?
brain.
I think I've clearly had far too much wine. Then you've had nowhere near enough. I think this is a conversation best held back on. For now. With my condition as volatile as it is, I fear any undue excitement may tip it over the edge.
Ah, so he's edging.
So to speak.
He is edging.
Oh god.
Indulge in the frivolities. They're good for the heart. And mine will be all the lighter to see you enjoying yourself.
I'll be in my bunk alone.
Making no noise and pretending I don't exist.
Sherry! That's infernal for cheers. Or possibly turnip.
I need to dance. No, I need to lie down.
You're going to drop? No. Damn.
What?
Blat.
Patience? Have you no respect for showmanship?
Oh, I thought that's it. Swordsmanship.
Performance issues, Roland.
Oh!
Hush you. And behold!
Prestidigitation. I look so impressed.
I'll have you know, he can also make them blue.
Never have I met such troglodytes. Now, pass the wine.
You might just not be that impressive, dude.
I mean, he was only just taken on as an
No
apprentice.
more caves, no more tents, no more running away. We'll be in a city with roads and markets and homes.
Oh.
Okay.
Good for you, buddy. Hey, Icaron. Icarod Bog.
Look at them all. Guzzling poison like we've the right to be happy.
Poison?
I mean, that's what alcohol is.
I mean, yeah.
You should join them. Have a
enough
pint
to-
or two.
Here, have some guidance to make this even more aggressive.
Boo.
Perhaps it'll make the evening more tolerable.
Yeah.
Wow, you're a real stick in the mud.
Yeah.
What a...
Weathers, are you drinking it up over there, Lich Boy?
This might be the wine talking, but I'm feeling inspired. Thinking of writing my next song
Save
about
failed
you.
performance. What?
But I need an angle.
I started a new song
Any
in the
ideas?
background.
Oh.
What are you gonna pick?
I mean, I pick every bard option. We've been through this.
But of course,
Well, there's two of them.
you achieved something far beyond mere fact. That deserves to be remembered.
Cool. Have we talked to Will yet?
Nope.
Nope.
Where even is Will?
Over here.
And nobody's spoken to Astral Lion either.
Or Withers.
Well, I spoke to Astral Lion. He snubbed me.
Well,
Yeah, that was like the first thing that happened.
no, that was before the party, wasn't it?
No.
No.
Oh.
Remember, she tried to mount the lion, and it failed.
And he said, I have standards.
Yeah.
Dost thou require a
The
new
prick.
ally? Or
Well, no prick for you,
a
unfortunately.
resurrection?
Okay. No, he has nothing for us.
Wait, hold on. Will's over there. Before you run away.
Will is over there.
I might be invisible myself now.
No, I see you moving around.
I can't see myself.
No,
Whatever
else.
afflicted in is
I was
afflicting
hoping
me.
you wouldn't notice I was gone.
What?
What do you think you're doing, sulking out here?
No. I'm deeply proud of you. A touch less so of myself. In truth, I don't feel in a festive mood, and I didn't want to cast a grey cloud over the night. I'm a devil. I love the people from the Grove, but I unsettle them deep down, as I seem to unsettle everyone nowadays. You don't want a devil at your party. Horns this sharp will pop the balloons, you see, and the guests won't take kindly to scars quite so monstrous. If only half the world had half the heart you do. But, off with you. This is your day. Have a dance. Enjoy the music. Some time alone beneath the stars, and I'll be back to my old self. Promise. Still, it's a night to remember. You've made sure of that.
Yes, I followed you out to the middle of nowhere and accosted you. Will, Karlak is sitting right there trying to drink herself to death. Nobody would care if you went to the party with everyone else. Karlak got rejected by 2 people tonight.
Well, one rejection, one potential promise for later.
Okay, well, I think that's everybody, so... Time for sleepy
I see no
times.
fireworks.
Oh, we
I was
haven't-
promised fireworks, Natsu.
haven't
Where
gotten-
is Barkus?
See,
All the way over in the
I
corner.
talked to him already. He's over there, right? There,
Not during the party.
oh, did I not? Hold on.
No, I don't remember that conversation.
Oh, I think I
happening
was
during the
trying to
party.
get close to him, but then I was invisible and I couldn't see myself.
Do you mind? I'm trying to work. Celebrate. I appreciate that you're proud of your victory, but it's just that. Yours. Walbrin is still missing. And there are gnomes trapped in Moonrise Towers. Me drinking beer won't save them. You leaving would help my concentration. But if you insist.
He definitely seems like he actually needs to be told to take a break.
Yes.
Yay,
Okay,
firework!
that's
There.
more impressive.
Celebration.
Both the fireworks and the fact that he hurled it that fucking high.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Alright, that's everybody.
Yay.
Except for Lazelle, but does anybody actually feel like talking to her?
No.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll talk to you, buddy.
I have seen the Kithraki tear a screaming Neogi's legs from its belly to fashion into blades.
Well, that's some party
It did not match
conversation.
your nerve today. It was enough to drive me to madness. A pity for us both you've turned your back on me so often.
What?
Bitch, I haven't talked to you.
Vlaakith demands of me no less. If only you'd earned the right to lay at my side.
Nobody wants
Come
that,
morning,
Lae'zel.
You will wonder.
No, I won't.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay, Lae'zel.
I wasn't the one that shut you down, girl.
She's just butthurt. All
Yeah,
right.
this is why I'm like, nope, don't care. Go away, Lae'zel.
All right. Party time.
Booze,
Alcohol.
booze, booze, booze.
Mushrooms.
And eggs. They make for a good omelet.
So we're gonna take some mushrooms and some more mushrooms.
If you take mushrooms and eggs, you're gonna end up with fertilized eggs.
What?
Some more mushrooms.
Wait, what?
It's a euphemism.
Oh. God damn it. Now I'm never going to be able to look at a fucking omelet the same way, damn it. Thanks a lot, dick.
Oh no. Is that it? Have I run out of mushrooms? There must be more mushrooms in here, surely.
Ow.
Ah! I found more mushrooms! Yay!
Sounds like we're getting high tonight.
That's the idea. It's a party. So we're gonna have like a bunch of mushrooms, although I think I have actually run us out of mushrooms at this point. So we are also going to have
No, she's got an infernal engine for her heart. She'll be fine. It probably needs the alcohol anyway to keep spinning.
Fuel for the furnace.
have some wine, have some of whatever that is, and some of that. There we go. A bunch of drugs and some booze.
Keith Richards would approve.
The buzz of celebration quiet.
And the drugs.
Hum as you approach your bunk. You've picked up a few pleasant memories on your journey amongst your struggles.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow, we go to bed, or I go to bed alone.
Yeah, but are you looking at E-News stream?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay
You'll be the
then.
one taking him. Ooh.
I trust you enjoyed your evening. After all your efforts, it was well deserved. Maybe some time before you're afforded another
Good
such
camera
night.
angle.
There is much
Yeah.
to be done.
In the bush.
And I promised I would help you however I could. I'm certain a cure for you can be found at Moonrise Towers, but
when is it
it's
not?
complicated.
Towson.
The journey specifically, it's extremely perilous. Though it seems you're well accustomed to navigating danger. To get to the towers, you'll need to pass through a terrible place. A cursed place.
Uh-huh.
This curse shrouds everything in shadow. You will not find life, light, or anything natural there. Any who
A
linger
city?
are twisted by the curse. They become shadow beings, tormented, dangerous souls.
Where are we going? Detroit?
That's racist.
No, Detroit is where you become human.
Oh. Is it London in the early, like, what, 19th century with Jack the Ripper prowling the streets? What?
By all means, pursue any leads you may have. But
No,
I
he only
sense
goes
all
after
roads
prostitutes.
will lead to Moonrise. You could go
Yeah,
overland,
and Sogaleo's in
along the
danger.
Risen Road or through
Yeah.
the mountains. Easier at first, but you'll run into the Shadow
What, not
Curse
Rome?
eventually. You could also go under. There is a tunnel somewhere in the ruined Temple of Seluna. It leads to Moonrise
I love how I
Towers
see the
through
dialogue on
Underdark.
Inu's stream, but
Long
nothing
ago,
on
a
mine.
man
Yeah, I got
called
nothing
Ketheric
on mine.
built a secret
Oh,
staring
stronghold
sadly
deep
into the
down
dark.
there.
I'm seeing
Yeah.
it on
Before
mine.
rallying a whole army of Dark Justiciars, Shah worshippers.
Dark Justiciars. I must see for myself.
Aradin and his lot were looking for a way down there. They were promised riches if they retrieved a relic called the Night Song. But I think there's more. From this stronghold, Ketheric's forces could access both the Temple of Seluna and Moonrise Towers. But he was defeated before he could launch an attack. If you can find this place, I'll
Been
wager
there
it will
already.
reveal a more direct path to Moonrise Towers. And maybe even bypass the worst of the Shadow Curse.
Yes. I've already been there.
You've already been? Impressive. You'll make me redundant at this rate. What did you find? Keep looking. If they're present, then it's likely there's a route to Moonrise somewhere.
I mean, we found it,
may
we just
prove
didn't take it.
impossible to avoid the Shadow Curse entirely. But if you find any way to limit your exposure, seize it. I would like to join your camp, if you'll allow me. I can offer my
Yes.
skills, my counsel. I've long sought to return to Moonrise Towers.
Astral Lion, you
It
have
seems
been
our fates have
replaced.
aligned.
Well,
Yes.
he did tell her to fuck off, so.
He did worse
May
than
Sylvanas
that.
guide us.
Like,
He
fuck.
insulted me.
He said, "It's not you, it's me. I have standards." Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was just cruel.
That was. Like, good God. I can't get my vampire fantasy. Fine, I'll just get railed by a bear man.
Oh, I'm invisible. Oh, okay, that worked. I can't see myself, but that worked.
I actually cannot see myself either.
Oh.
The camera follows, but I can't see myself.
Yeah, I can see all three of you, but I can't see myself.
I can see
Okay.
everybody, including myself.
I can see clearly now. Praise God.
Alright, well, I'm invisible, but sure, let's go. Where are we going?
That is the question. Okay,
Oh, well, now we're going to the Yankee Crush.
Oh, I thought Elle might want to try talking to Halson before we left. See if
Oh, sure.
there was new dialogue options.
Yeah, 'cause fuck the vamp.
You tried
Yeah.
that already.
Blessings to you.
Hello.
Yes, give me the Oak Father's
There are a
blessings,
few
and
things that
you
are
can
too
be my
strong for me.
Oak Daddy.
You cast those regrets aside. You did not get caught up in the moment. You seized it. In other circumstances, I would have done the same.
Oh.
A bad impression. Impossible.
Yay!
Hopefully. I've chosen a successor as first druid. Francesca of the High Forest.
What, not Kaga?
I sent a bird to summon her.
No, she lost that right.
If only everyone said that. The Grove needs to move beyond the mistakes of the past. What it needs is an unknown quantity. An outsider who can enforce the Oak Father's teachings without bias. This is why I chose Francesca. She will restore simplicity and purity to the Grove in my absence.
Meanwhile, Karlach's gonna taint the fuck out of you.
Indeed.
The timing of that indeed was perfect on my end.
Miss it? Oh dear, no. It's a terrible burden. Takes you away from nature and forces you to deal with others' problems and personalities. Be wary of anyone who actually wants such a role, I say. Likely they don't understand it, or they have ill intent.
Oh, so every
I'm
politician
just glad
ever.
to be out here amidst the Oak Father's creations. With such stimulating company? Never better.
Oh, she'll stimulate your company if you let her.
I studied one up close. Closer than most would care to be to those things. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Afterwards, I was able to examine the tadpole that emerged. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say.
Love this camera angle.
Those illithid creatures threaten the natural order.
Covering my face.
It's my duty to do what I can to stop them. There's also
Caleb,
the
why are you
Shadow
getting
Curse.
angry at Pumpkin
It's
who's
an affront
sleeping
and
peacefully on
must
the
be
couch?
cleansed. I helped overthrow
she's on the couch.
Thorm and his dark justice.
Because fuck you, that's why.
But I failed to prevent him from unleashing darkness across the region before he was defeated. If I can join you and get close to Moonrise, perhaps I can lift this curse, just as you find a cure for your infection.
Okay. I think we already heard him talk about all that.
Suppose we might as well check in with the others and see if anyone else has any new dialogue after.
Always a delight to speak with you.
Alright, I'll talk to
What can I do?
Astral Lion, asshole.
Astral Lion.
Nothing new from Gale.
Nothing new? Alright, well, this fuckface.
Something the matter?
Yeah, fuck off. Okay.
Wouldn't you be in my place? If there's even the slightest chance that
Go with the bear who
within our
appreciates
reach,
me.
we should try and find them. Even if they're all long gone, and that seems quite
Oh,
likely
come
from what we
on.
know.
That implies
Who
that
knows
she
what they
isn't
may
going to
have
end up
left behind for us to
accidentally
use.
killing him first as
Might
soon as
even
she
learn nothing
notices
if
that
not
he has a
puzzles.
green circle beneath him.
Well, I mean, you know.
As long as I pray
You might also get spooked and just be like, oh fuck, bear!
serve her as a dark
Try to
justice.
kill it.
There is scarcely a greater way to
Like
fully
Owlie's
dedicate yourself
mom.
to Lady Shah,
Mhm.
save perhaps if you become the head of her church. To become a Dark Justiciar is to become the Night Singer's sword arm, her implement with which she will cast down the unbelievers and win the final battle to restore her perfect, endless darkness. It's all I ever wanted.
It's all I ever
I prayed
needed.
it was my calling.
Yeah.
But Mother forbid me from seeking to prove myself worthy of the rank. She said I was not ready. Not my mother, I should add. The Mother Superior, head of Lady Shah's enclave in Baldur's Gate.
Well,
Trademark.
Mother
Sometimes
Superior
I
jumped the
wonder if she
gun,
would
so.
ever deem me ready. I owe her everything, and I only wish to serve, yet she can prove inscrutable.
Well, perhaps not, so you can prove very scrutable.
Yeah.
Portable?
I don't know. Perhaps if I succeed in my mission and reach Baldur's Gate. Hope has little place amongst Lady Shah's children. It's an illusion, a distraction. For this, I hope my time will yet come. Dark Justiciars are hated by many, judged to be ruthless fanatics. Even the few who would accept a follower of Lady Shah would likely balk at a Justiciar in their midst. But there's a simpler answer to your question. I simply forgot about the desire I had until I saw some things that reminded me. Now, I can't get it out of my mind. Fine. What's on your mind? You're not the kind of company I... And
Okay, so it's still
I
not.
haven't forgotten that you saved my life aboard the Nautilus. A bit crowded, don't you think?
What?
You asked her to join you.
Oh, it wasn't showing
Oh.
that option on my side.
A bit crowded, you say? You want to go somewhere private, you say?
I mean, three's a crowd, so. Still trying to still trying to close menus with tab, by the way. Just in case anyone was curious. So we needed to go to Joaquin's Rest for the Githyanki Crush,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I returned. I have alcohol. I even stole a couple mint cookies. And yes, I did limit it to 2, dear, so don't panic.
Oh, you should have had more than 2.
I don't want to die.
This is supposed to be an happy occasion.
Let's not pick and argue over who killed who.
Oh shit. Did everyone leave?
Yeah.
Yes.
Game, I'd like to. There.
No, so did you look okay? Yeah, you did. Double checking to see if you'd remembered to long strider everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, but before we.
So I'm taking that guy inside the grove isn't going to be there anymore for the iron stuff.
No, he said he was gonna see us in Baldur's Gate the next time.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
We'll see him again in Act 2, but you're not going to be able to do any more iron stuff in Act 1. It's the one time you do it with him, and then we have to wait until he gets, quote-unquote, more knowledge.
Yeah, because he did mention that he was hoping by the time we'd see him again that he'd know a bit more in helping it with the engine.
Okay.
Man, if only I had gaseous form, it'd be really useful sometimes. Shame I don't know it. Good. Shovel is invisible. You are about to progress your adventure. Make sure to tie up any loose ends. Okay, we've done that.
Hopefully.
I mean, we checked the quest list like 3 separate times. Shoving foes into chasms may kill them instantly, but could cost you precious loot.
Cool.
I like this, like, I like Rivendell being on the loading screen for some reason. Like, what the fuck? The Rosemary Masonry Trail? What?
Rosymorn Monastery Trail.
Oh.
Yes.
Light on my feet.
I prefer the Rosemary Masonry Trail.
Because you can't read, apparently, tonight.
Elle, when have I ever been able to read?
You're better than me most times.
Yeah,
I'm the fucking English major.
You should not take pride in that, Ms. English Major. What's up here? Anything
nothing
neat?
else back that way. No.
No.
There was a couple of bodies, but there was nothing on them even.
There's some blood on the ground.
There is a cave back
There's a cave, though.
It's just a way back to a different spot.
Oh, to the goblin camp.
Yeah.
You know,
But
when
no,
we
we have
tried
a
to come
waypoint
here
over
before, it made it sound like this was just a point of no return, but we immediately found a way to return.
Yes.
No traps, please.
Oh man, there was more mushrooms in there. We could have used those for the drug-fueled, like, party last night.
Blessed be you, pilgrim. Take respite now in the dawn's loving gaze.
Blessed be you, pilgrim.
Right. There's a lady down here that you should talk about or talk to.
Talk about?
What
Okay.
the fuck? Holy shit!
Alright, I would like to talk about this lady.
Guys,
What?
the Death Shepherds up the alternate path we didn't take.
Yep.
They just wandered into view.
Yeah, that's where we're supposed to be going, sorry. That's why we're not
Yeah.
going there.
Yeah, so let's go talk about this lady down here.
Yeah,
No, I hadn't
about
even moved. Saw them start storming up the path like, eek!
Talk about her. Talk about
She's
her,
got a
talk
cape
about her.
and a fucking sword. Everyone knows
She's reading
capes
a
are
book.
impractical
She is
because you
reading
get
a book.
sucked into jet engines. Like, no capes.
No capes.
No capes.
I was wondering if she was wearing fishnets, but I think that's just the quilting on her leather armor.
Yeah, it do be that.
Maybe she's
no,
maybe she
it's
is wearing fishnets. I'm gonna go with she's
Under
wearing
the armor.
fishnets. Hello, I would like to talk about you.
Stop there! Not one step further! I left your
Oh, it's a
Shouldn't like you're talking about
dress while
fishnets.
you're still chasing me. I don't even want your bloody
Oh,
hands.
right, you're... Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Well, not your egg specifically, any gith egg. You're not
What?
from that creche, are you?
Oh, how fortuitous. And not just because you're not trying to kill me. I was hoping to meet a friendly guess, actually.
Sorry, who's trying to kill you?
The Gith that inhabit that creche, of course. Stupid, brutish creatures. Not like you at all. In fact, maybe you'd be able to succeed where I...
With what? Carrying
less
Gith
successful.
eggs, apparently?
We're not doing it. I'm gonna tell you right now, we're not doing it.
Egg, which may sound a little unsavory, but I swear, this is all for an excellent cause.
What the fuck?
Uh-huh.
The best cause there is. Knowledge. Inside that temple lies one of your creches, which I gather has its very own hatchery, presumably chock full of eggs. The
It is.
Society of Brilliance have asked me to acquire one of your people's rows so they can incubate it, and once it hatches, raise it in their tradition.
Oh.
They believe a Gith Yankee raised in a peaceful, nurturing environment can overcome its violent nature. Bring me an egg I can deliver to the Society, and you will be well rewarded.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you right now why we're not gonna do it.
What do you say?
So if we do get the egg and bring it to her for the Society, which if you don't remember the Society of Brilliance, it was the Mind Flayer and the Hobgoblin that we talked to over at the Mushroom Camp. They're part of that society.
Right.
If we give them the Gith Yankee egg, when we come across the area for the Society of Brilliance later, they're all gonna be dead, and there's gonna be a young Gith Yankee child running around, essentially not understanding why it did what it did, and not having control of itself. Essentially, giving them the egg is a death sentence to the Society of Brilliance.
Charming.
We could also hand her an owlbear egg.
For some reason, I think that ended up not being good as well, so I think we're just gonna end up selling the egg.
I mean, we could get payment up front and then never follow through.
I just ended up avoiding this and just asked her if she had any equipment worth trading. Just didn't agree or disagree to do it.
I don't seem to have an option to do that other than perhaps to... Alright.
I should hope so. When adventure calls, I am always thoroughly prepared. Take a look.
Lady, I'm not actually interested in buying your...
Yes, but now you get out of the conversation. Yay.
Then again, I wouldn't mind getting my hands on some of those
Dyes.
pink dyes, possibly.
Oh.
So she's got black and azure. She's got black and jade. She's got bloody plum.
How bloody your plum?
Got black and white harlequin, and she's got pale pink. Oh, it's pale pink.
But it's still pink.
It is still pink. That's true.
Then there's no guarantee what pale pink will turn out as.
I mean, also that.
Yeah, I can handle the buying and whatnots if you want. I already have our dye collection hanging out in my chest at camp.
Crazy lady.
Well, I've got 3 gold on my person anyway, so I wasn't going to be buying anything.
Go get me an unborn child.
So that we can experiment on it. I have some ethical questions there.
Like, is this legal?
Well, this is the Baldur's Gate environs. So
Perception
simultaneously.
failed.
Here, let me cast guidance on you, Karlak.
Go forth. Repulsion mine. Fascinating.
I don't want to go anywhere near that. I saw that cyclone.
Cool.
Oh,
What did you pick up?
a cauldron, apparently.
That is either rolling past me or something is, and it's just going.
Going. It
Okay.
just keeps going and going and going and going.
Means there's probably more mines up here.
Oh, so the
Oh,
crate,
and one of those
crate
death
is way the
dudes.
fuck up there. And off to the left is the mountain path that we need to go through to get to Moonrise Towers.
But we want to keep effectively going northeast, it sounds like.
Well, if we want to go to the Crate, yes.
This view's almost worth the walk.
Almost.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that is actually really pretty.
Really pretty.
Press ahead.
Oh, there's a gondola of some sort.
Yeah.
I might have a few trinkets.
Did Karlak just randomly tiptoe and dance across the stones there?
Maybe.
She might have.
Have you not figured out that Karlak just breaks into dance sometimes?
A boogie woogie woogie.
Oh, I know that.
Next time's the charm.
Is it a strength?
It is a strength thing.
Oh, hello.
Might not be
I would like to not do the roll for this, but okay. Apparently I don't
Natural
have a choice.
one! My luck remains untarnished with fucking crit
Oh,
fails.
never mind, I got it.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
how do I get out of this then?
That was tough. It's kind of been used in a while.
Uh-oh.
Are you trapped?
I might be.
Well, you can teleport. We have a waypoint in this area.
I was trying to roll the dice. And then Inu rolled anyway. Cool, I failed. Good.
No, oi! Game, what the fuck? Oh my, okay, so that's just an alternate way to get to where the cable car takes us. Just in case you couldn't ride the cable car. Traps. Presumably.
Somewhere unknown to us.
Well, it's too late for that now, Sarge. Gotta do that before the check.
Well, I would have to assume there's going to be multiple checks. But
Oh, crit failed that perception even.
Oh, that blue jay is the source of that. Well, found one of them.
I found another one.
Oh wait, did y'all go around that fight that was back here?
what fight?
The death, whatchamacallits?
Yes,
We
because we
didn't
weren't headed
go
that
that way.
direction yet.
I've got nothing left to take, so you might as well shove off. Do I look like a bloody tour guide? All I know is the roof's the best nest spot on the whole Chionfa. I got there first too, before the thieves showed up. Steel? Eagles are bigger. They just take. Nest, prey, everything. That's how it works here. It's not bloody fair. I got there first. The Eagles don't even need it.
Attack the whiny bird.
Not on top of the monastery, they don't. Oh, it's not even like the Eagles need my nest. The drunk lizards they eat aren't hard to catch.
Lizards. Hold on, let me cancel out and give you inspiration.
Shock lizards?
And hopefully not.
Pretty sure it's talking about kobolds.
Oh, oh. Yeah, probably kobolds.
There you go, guidance.
I changed the color of the dice to bear blue. It's much prettier.
While quite vague, drunk lizards could well point to kobolds, who tend to operate in packs.
You? Kill an eagle? But if you think you can, then please, please kill the eagles. They're the worst. Thank you. I'll keep an eye on the roof. Rude bastards, those eagles. Deserve a little comeuppance.
Oh, thing's a little fucking jackass. So one of the dialogue options you missed was, you seem to have a nest right there, and then he talks about how he stole a nest from another bird.
Oh.
And if you try and point it out as being a hypocrite, and he's like, well, no, it's different. And then when you say, okay, so it's different because, you know, you stole another bird's nest as opposed to getting one stolen from you, and he goes, yeah, you get it.
Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Did not mean to ping.
Perception failed.
So
What? Oh, repulsion mine.
I do
Well,
think
at least
we're
I get
gonna
to
want
see
to
it.
take the cable car later. Actually, is there any reason to do that? Like
We're almost there, given we're...
Yeah, I thought there was another path somewhere, but no, there's not. That would have just kind of skipped us coming down this little way, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's pretty much take the cable car over here, do the jumping that we did. And then at some point we should also go back and kill the death whatchamacallits.
Well, yeah, but we need to go that way to get to the mountain
Moonrise?
pass that we need to go to Moonrise. That's the other bit of the plot.
Yeah, but it's all like 2 steps in that direction. We could have killed them and then moved down here.
Yeah, but they're also like right next to the port point, so we can just go kill them at any point as well.
Nope, I cannot pass survival check. No, I see you're just digging it up anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I picked up a necklace off the Lady Esther back there. It has 2 things on it. Wound closure, when downed, automatically stabilized at the start of the turn, and potent healing. Whenever you are healed, you restore the maximum number of possible hit points. Does anybody want that for their necklace?
It'd probably be less good on me and more on somebody that expects to be healed a
Ooh.
lot.
Like Carla?
Sounds good.
You get for a necklace.
I
Oh, you
got
have
the-
Misty Step.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you have a lot of mobility at this point. You could
mean,
possibly
it
give
might
it up to just get max heals all the time.
It might be worth a swap, but to keep the other one on hand to...
I'll give it to you for now.
Okay.
Awesome.
I mean, that is fair bio. How
Balsa.
big are the eagles?
Oh, they're big.
Are they like
They're-
Lord of the Rings eagles?
They're bigger than us.
So are they like
So,
Lord of the Rings
yes.
eagles? Could we like fly to
Ish.
Mordor on them?
I don't know if we could fly on them, but like I don't think they're like Lord of the Rings eagle size, but they're big.
Oh,
What?
you know, you might want this potion I just sent to you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, those are nice.
Gain an additional level 2 spell slot until long rest. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Useful in a pinch.
Oh. That's how we're actually going to go this side. I think there's stuff to do this way.
Really, game. I just got up there and hit Z so I could jump. Why the fuck?
Why the fuck not?
Given how Karlach is able to run several football fields in a single turn by this point, helping prevent the part where she dies from getting stabbed in the face a dozen times would probably be nice. There.
What?
Don't worry about it.
That's enough. On your feet.
Where are you taking us?
If this is about that weapon your friend was talking about, we don't have it and we don't know shit about it.
Silence! Move!
No. No, I'm not going in there. I won't.
They're wearing the talisman of the absolute.
They sure are.
Anyone want to join her? As I thought. Through the doors. Now! The captain is expecting you.
It looks like we have a potential like break-in on a higher floor here from this
Yep.
wall right here. Let's open that up for later in case we need it.
That is probably where we're gonna.
Or Karlach could just jump in.
Oh, you jumped right into the Grimishka vault. Yay. Have fun with that one.
God damn it, Karlach.
Whoops.
Uh-huh.
They're allergic to magic.
Yes, don't cast spells around them.
So what I'm hearing here is cast spells and see if they blow up?
No. Do not cast spells around them.
Oh, alright, I'm just gonna peace out of this fight then, because it does not concern me.
I guess I'll just stay nearby and heal as needed. Since I also don't think I can truly jump in.
Karlach, we can always trust you to do the most Karlach thing possible. Whatever would be least convenient for everyone else. Fuck, bro!
Sure sounds about right.
Ah!
Man, I wish I had a funeral dirge that I could play here.
Concentration till long rest. What's
I guess the closest thing to a funeral dirge is the one that makes reference to Divinity Original Sin.
Yeah.
Here. Have a shield of faith.
What did I just say about casting spells around them?
Sarge wasn't listening. Yeah, you dying is not the problem. You're not the one surrounded by the allergic to magic explodey rats.
me read the tombstone, damn it. Yeah, whatever. You'll be a butt about it.
Yeah, Karlak did sort of drink all the alcohol the other night. It's not gonna be so easy to sit back and get drunk while waiting for Karlak to die.
I think Karlak herself might be able to take out the Grimishkas.
I sure hope so.
Unless she
'Cause
has
I am not
some
gonna
AoE
be,
cleaves and whatnot.
I am not gonna be valuable for it.
You can just chuck potions at her.
Nah, I'm just walking away.
Alright, well, I'm coming back and I'll chuck potions if the fight's still going on. I was running through a very missable area just to make sure we got the shit that was down there.
I'm sorry, is that one on top of the wall?
It looks like it.
Sure is.
Alrighty then. Did the game just heat itself?
Fucking die.
Oh, well, if you just ran through there without having stealth active, I guess I can...
Is that one going?
Apparently to go murder Natsu, I'm guessing.
Wait. How are you running unstealthed and not in Oh, you are
Because
in
I was
combat all
in
the way over
combat.
here.
Oh, so running after Inu. Okay.
Fleet combat. Okay, hold on. There we go. Now I can stealth. Now I can stealth my way over there.
Yeah, because the one's on top of the building now.
Might as well use a level 3 spell to cure you. Or you can... Yeah. Sure. Whatever.
Quaff a potion.
And that... Oh wait, you might not have equipped the necklace. I was gonna say, and that potion's guaranteed to heal you for max hit points. But I don't know if you actually equipped that potion or not.
No, I drink it. Wait, but you talking about the amulet?
Yeah, the new potion, or the... Yeah, not potion.
Yeah, I put the new amulet on.
Oh, yeah, yeah, so that health potion was guaranteed to heal you for as much as it possibly could.
Yep.
Yay. Now I'm gonna throw another potion at you.
Well, we don't have to worry about those little fucks in here now.
And now you're blessed. Yay, blessed.
Yay.
Actually, you're super blessed. So, in the bottom of that tower that we started off in, there was a staff that I was very eager to get. Because it makes it so blessed grants an additional 1d4 to saving throws and weapon attack rolls, and adds 2d4 to spell attack rolls, because blessed doesn't normally affect spell attack rolls. So it essentially gives me super bless. And I have a ring equipped that I got from Sarge like a session or two ago. When you heal a creature, you give it bless for 2 turns. So by throwing potions at people, I can super bless them.
Awesome.
Without needing to maintain concentration on it either.
Okay then.
It says dash, but it's just sitting up there.
It's confused.
It's bugged.
Also, how the fuck did it get up there?
I don't know.
Karlak, jump up to it. You probably got the strength to do it.
Not from here. I have to jump here first. And now I can't jump.
Within the artifact, a feeling stirs. Uncertainty.
Oh.
Your curiosity is getting the better of you. Do not let it. Stay away from the Githyanki. They're hunting you. They want the artifact.
It's shard
They'll
talking, I
stop at
think.
nothing to take it from you.
I am
No.
the Githyanki.
Okay, so I can target it. What necklace do I have on? That being down to just one, we
In fairness,
probably could
I'd also be confused if I were just chilling in my room only for some huge fire-coated demon lady to suddenly fall through the roof and land flat on her face.
It was maybe Inu's monkey, but it sure as hell ain't his circuit.
Nope, I abandoned the fuck out of that circus. I was like,
I took care of it. There's only one left. You big baby.
I made sure you didn't die, and then I just said, alright, nope, fuck this, I'm out.
One very confused, anti-magic cat looking thing.
Allergic to magic cat looking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, in case you didn't read it, what magic allergy says, it says, allergic to magic. If a spell or cantrip is cast close to the Grimishka, it might react to the magic and trigger a random effect. It essentially does the fucking chaos magic or whatever that sorcery thing is.
wild
I can't get up there.
Wild magic, there we go.
Which is not sorcery, is it? Is that sorcerers?
Yeah, wild magic is sorcery. But like some of the effects, it can like essentially clone itself. I don't know if it like copies it as is or if it just makes a new Grimishka, but it can just spawn more Grimishka into the fight. It can turn itself into a panther, which is a lot harder to kill, and it hits harder. Like it can explode. Like there's a lot of wild shit that can happen if you trigger the magic allergy.
Imagine that.
Please be enough. Please be enough. Please be enough. It wasn't enough.
Almost,
It
though.
It didn't trigger the magic allergy, though. I guess because I cast it from far enough away. Neat. We take those.
Huh, it's not showing Karlak in turn order anymore. That's interesting.
I fled it.
Eh.
It's like glitched.
Don't worry, I'll take care of it with another magic missile. This is why I love magic missile. It's like, oh, you're within range? Alright, I'm guaranteed to kill you. Or not kill you, hit you. Because the missiles will path to wherever they need to go.
Yay.
Alright, where's my sweet new necklace that I did have equipped? There it is.
So I found the downstairs.
Well, we're also 5 minutes till end of stream.
That too.
Yeah, also that. So was there anything in that room to, like, investigate after you killed everything?
Probably. I honestly don't remember what's in here. I just knew that there was a shit ton of Grimishka.
Grimishka.
I can't believe for how far away I was, it didn't want to just, like, remove me from the combat.
that. So I'm gonna need a battle axe at some point. Okay.
Elixir of necrotic resistance in there. That cat could smell all the magics you've been even from all the way over there. Its allergies are just that strong. Evidently, right?
So do you think I should grab the fire wine barrels?
Sure, why not?
I mean, frankly, Sarge, it's your call whether you want to be carrying around more explosives or not, right? Like,
with me in the party.
He doesn't have to carry them with him. He could have them stored in his own chest at camp.
That's what I'm doing. I'm sending to camp.
you know, I'm sure they intend for you to go through the front door like a fucking normal person, but you could
Nah,
also
fuck
just
that.
hop down from here and come in the back way.
Yeah.
Oh, that is some downpour of rain.
What, going on
Over
outside?
where you're at on the map?
Yeah. No.
Oh yeah, I can
At
kind of
home.
hear it.
In the real world.
Oh, so over where you're at on the map, in the real world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy hell.
What?
It's coming down good.
Carla, you want to not just break your knees just jumping down stuff?
What, I broke my knees?
You know, I mean, it sure sounded like you took damage when you made that landing.
Oh.
And you are missing like 3 health, so...
No, I didn't take damage.
Kind of an assumption, but... Alright, well, I suppose this is as good a place as any to call it. I think next time we've
There's
got
a fire wine barrel.
There's another door over here that nobody activated either. Where the hell's
Oh,
this?
there's another fire wine barrel?
Where the hell's this
Oh,
door
I see
go?
it now. I'll just pick that up. And send to camp.
Ah, okay. Yeah, there's an area over here that's...
Another barricade. Perception failed. I'm not touching that.
Touch it.
Oh. I just watched Natsu walk through the wall.
I was above it.
So it's fake.
Nope, it's real.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I guess I was above it. I came from the roof.
Oh, it didn't look like that on my screen.
Alright, there's a fucking weird-ass pool over there.
Rifle failed.
Rifle failed on what?
Something in the water.
That dirt mound over there.
Yes, they buried a chest underneath a tiled pool.
Yes.
Yes.
And you broke it out of there with just a shovel.
Seems
Yeah, what can I say? I'm that good.
I mean, it seems legitimate, you know.
Too legit. Too legit to quit.
Damn it, Natsu!
To quit.
Give me back the brain cell.
To quit to
Now.
legit.
We must share it.
Now. I need it for work tomorrow.
Speaking of, it is time.
Time!
To legit.
Two.
To quit.
Duel.
No,
Except
get the
we
fuck out of here and go to bed.
Have to.
Oh, that's almost one. I thought I was about to walk back in the Grimishka room. That is not the Grimishka room.
Alright, so, new save. Too legit to quit, except we have to.
Ha! But bio. But Bio, fire wine might be whiskey. Do you think Carla could... Wait, what am I saying? It's Carla. Carla can drink all that.
All right. Well, until
Anyway.
next we pick up this game, which hopefully is next week, but if it's not, till the next time.
We'll figure it out.
So.
Yeah. Good night.
Bye-bye.